My name is Wdep. Yes, so yes, I know. Yes, I know. You heard correctly. You heard correctly. You're not wrong with your ears. My name is Wdep. That's my name. And that's why instead of us to have problems, you just call me IB for short, so that we'll not have problems and we'll not fight. And I'll be your facilitator for today. Um, and this class is digital marketing class. Um, so as well as you know, digital marketing is quite a very broad field. It's a um, very broad topic that we'll just try as much as possible to do the basics, and the one that I know you can easily implement. IB, yes, that's my name, and the one I know that you can easily implement in a business or something like that, right? So we'll go. Um, so welcome everyone. Usually I like to do introductions. I can see a couple of names on the chat. But I think I'll just keep the introduction part for today. So yeah, rules of the class. I'm sure you must have known this already. I'm going to say it. Uh, you know, respect everybody. Um, respect is you need to respect everyone's opinion, respect everyone's views. That's like my number one. Um, in Nigeria, we don't respect people. We don't respect people's opinion. We don't respect people's views. We don't respect people's choices, and it's a problem. And I would not like to see that. I hope you can keep to that. So try to respect everyone's opinion, respect everyone's views. Try as much as possible to always keep your mic mute, except you are asked to speak or you have the floor. You want to ask a question, you can simply raise up your hand. If you check very well on your screen, you'll be able to see the hand icon where you can raise up your hand, and then you'll be given the floor to speak. You want to ask a question, you want to make a contribution, you can always raise up your hand and we'll give you the floor to speak. Better still, you can just drop it down or put it down in the chat session if you don't feel comfortable to talk, and we'll also take it from there. But try as much as possible to please be available to talk so that we can flow very well with the classes. Of course, I think I've been able to establish that. Thank you very much, and I look forward to your much anticipated cooperation. So thank you and welcome. Yeah. So what does digital marketing mean to you as a person? Let's start from there.
Is it a general question for us to answer, or?
Yes, I'm asking the class the question. So I need anybody to, you can raise up your hand and then you give me an answer. Of course, like I said, what does it mean to you? Invariably what I mean is I don't want you to start giving me an answer from Google. I don't Google anything. Don't try to read up anything. Just from your own understanding of what you know, what you've heard, maybe what you've done in the past. What do you think digital marketing means to you? So there's no right or wrong answer. No right or wrong answers at all. Who wants to go first? Who wants to be our first victim?
Can I be the victim for that? Good morning, all. My name is Victoria Ayomba. I'm from Cross River State. Okay, to me, as a person, just my own opinion, I feel digital marketing is just all about using technology, digital tools to market whatever you are selling and market other people's products.
Okay, thank you, Victoria.
Good morning, everybody. I don't know, my environment is somehow noisy, so I don't know if it permits me to speak. Okay. As for me, digital marketing is all about doing buying and selling negotiation through digital, through online.
Thank you. Thank you. Fatima, your hand is up.
Okay, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Fatima.
Have you, sir? Digital marketer, to me, from the word digital, because we are in a dynamic era, things keep changes. Before, there is nothing like an online. We do physical buying and selling. As the world keep advancing with technology, so it just has to technology, methodology, technology of buying and selling.
Thank you,
That's
Fatima.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. Yes, Ifoma Cynthia, you have the floor. I'm trying to share my screen.
Okay. Good morning,
Ifoma.
everybody. Yes.
Good morning,
sir.
Good morning,
My
ma'am.
understanding of digital marketing is leveraging on digital tools, the social media, that is with the use of our devices to market our products and services to reach our targeted audience, and with the era of AI, using AI to support and scale our businesses. That is my understanding. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. Another person wants to give it a try. I'll share my screen. So just a moment. Another person wants to go. Thank you for the guys who have spoken.
Okay.
Our first victim, Victoria. Thank
Good
you.
morning.
Yes. Good morning.
My name is Oluwatobiloba Pattinson. Digital marketing has to do with using digital tools to create awareness for your brand, for your business, to not just connect with your existing customers, but to also attract new clients to your business.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, I'm trying to share my screen. All right. Yes. Some other person's hand is up. If you can put your hand down, I think you're done. Wasilat, is that the name? Wasilat Adipimpi Atishinya. Yeah.
Okay. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Yeah, to me, digital marketing has to do with promoting of your brand or your products using different digital channels or social media.
All right, thank you. Okay, thank you so much. You can mute your mic. So I'm trying to get my screen to be shared. I don't know what's going on. So like I said, there's no right or wrong answer. All your answers are practically very correct. Digital marketing is what you've all said it is. Now, if we want to piece words together by simply bringing two words, digital and marketing, I mean, if you use a layman's term to describe it, you can even have an understanding of what it is from there. Digital marketing was digital was marketing, right? And then you now bring the both of them together and then you piece words together. Now, marketing on its own is simply the promotion of products or services, right? That's what marketing is. Promotion of products or services, promotion of goods or services. So oftentimes we confuse marketing for sales. Marketing and sales are not the same thing, although they work hand in hand. Marketing leads to sales. I think we should have that in front of our mind. Marketing leads to sales. So we shouldn't confuse marketing for sales. If you check very big organizations, of course, those that have big budgets, big companies, the likes of, I'm sure you guys can see my screen. Can you see my screen? If you can see my screen, let me know you can see my screen.
Yes.
Yes, you can see your screen.
All right. I don't know what's I don't know what's going on. It's coming on and off. Hopefully it stays this time. So like I was saying, the big boys, the big brands, they have their sales team and they have their marketing team. Their marketing team does the marketing job and they have no business with sales. So what the marketing team does is they prefer leads, they look for the customers, they look for the clients that are going to become paying customers, and then they hand them over to the sales team. The sales team now processes it and then converts these customers to become buyers, right? So like I said, they're not the same thing, but they work hand in hand with each other. Marketing is mainly the promotion of products or services. And the aim of marketing or promoting the services so that you make sales, so that people get to know about the product or service at the end of the day to make sales, even if it's just awareness. Even if I'm promoting a product or service because I'm trying to create awareness, I want more people to know that this particular product exists, this particular business exists, this particular brand exists. At the end of the day, the existence of that brand is so that I will finally make sales, so that the brand begins to stay in the mind of people or the mind of my potential customers or potential buyers. And then they eventually think about me whenever they have an issue or they have a problem or they have a need for my product or service, so they can buy from me. So that's what marketing is about. If you look at in the past, for instance, the likes of Indomie, when they came into Nigeria, earlier in the years when they came into Nigeria, then of course I was still very much younger. You can see that they were going to schools to market because they knew their target audience were children, and they were going to schools, going to several secondary school, primary schools, giving children noodles for free, putting up banners in schools. I think, yes, I remember then in primary school over in my house, there was a banner, they put up a banner, right, with Indomie and then the name of the school. All of this was to promote their product or their brand. And of course, imagine going to a school, giving children free noodles. Yes, children do not have the purchasing power, but because they knew that children were mostly their target audience. It's not now that adults now eat noodles, right? Then it was mostly children. I was still a child as well. So it was mostly children. And they knew that, okay, even if the children don't have the purchasing power, they have the right to demand that this is what they want to eat. And it was quite cheap, relatively cheap and quick to prepare. So because they went to schools giving children free noodles, children got to like noodles. Now that was a marketing strategy for free. And then when you're gonna, as a child, you go back to the house, you take maybe, they feed you in school, they still give maybe 2 packs to take home. You take the 2 packs home and your parents have to prepare the 2 packs for you. And they find out that you like it, because remember back then, some children do not like to eat food. I was always eating food, so I didn't fall under that category. I eat a lot even till now. But some children know used to eat food, right? Some children would not eat. Their parents would literally be begging them to eat. So imagine as a parent, your child goes to school, they gave him noodles, he ate it very well. He came back home, he gave you the noodles, you prepared it, he ate it well. You most likely start buying the child noodles, and that's like them buying you into their market. So they succeeded in making you a customer, and then they started making sales of their product or service. Just to buttress the point of what marketing is, right? Because that was Indomie's own strategy. Different brands have their different strategies at which they go for their marketing processes and all, right? So yeah. Marketing is quite different from sales, like I said, but marketing leads to sales. But of course, for small businesses, you do both your marketing and your sales together because you don't have the budget to actually split all of those things, which is still fine. It's quite possible. Now, if you piece these two words together, digital marketing, like I said, marketing is promotion of products or services. So digital marketing now, digital devices is now simply means promoting products or services using digital devices like the internet, social media, and the likes of it, right? Apps. So anything that's now bringing it into the digital space where people now have to interact with your product or your services via a digital means, via a mobile phone, via a laptop screen, via social media, via the internet. So long as it has now become digital, that's when we now say it's now called digital marketing. I hope you understand this explanation. So I'm going to quickly dive into my screen so you see what I have here. Still the same thing, right? Digital marketing is the marketing of products or services using digital technologies via the internet, social media, or any other digital medium. This is just what I explained. I hope I've been able to water that down so we understand. Now, it consists of different marketing strategies, such as social media marketing, email marketing, and search engine optimization. Social media marketing, email, no, this is just 3. Social media marketing, email marketing, search engine optimization, there's search engine marketing, there's content marketing, there's influencer marketing, what haven't I mentioned? There's app marketing, right? So these are just different strategies people use. Video marketing and all the likes, right? These are all different strategies that consist that the social media or digital marketing is made up of. And of course, different brands can always capitalize on all of them, or maybe one per time, depending on what goal you want to achieve at a particular point in time. Now, before we just dive into to the whole digital marketing thing, the major thing is to lay the foundation and the groundwork, which is basically what we are going to be doing today. So that it's not just about jumping into markets, wanting to use the tools. Because I've had a lot of classes where everybody students just want to jump, or you just want to learn the tools. The tools are quite easy to use. The major thing is when you want to use the tools, do you know what you want to use them for? Do you know what you want to achieve? Do you have a laid down plan and strategy on how you want to achieve this particular thing? Right? So let's go. Now, digital marketing is driven by data and how best this data can be utilized to suit a business's marketing goals. Driven by data, right? And how best this data can be utilized to, suit a business marketing goals. Now, if we go down further, you said they are compared to traditional methods of advertising like billboards, print, radio, and TV. Digital marketing actually targets a particular set of persons relevant to a business or organization. Now, when we say it is driven by data, for those of us now who, of course, we all have smartphones, we all have social media platforms right now. Although most of us are personal, anyways. So sometimes personal they don't really give you so much details. But you can head down to your analytics section of your social media pages, and then you're going to see whole of data. You're going to see when a post was made. You're going to see the number of people who liked your post, the number of reach your post made, and all of those information. You see how you get enough data. The data is already extracted for you by the platform that you are using. That you do not have to worry about it. So your marketing now gets driven by data. You now know what is working and what is not working. You now know what you want to change and what you don't need to change. You now know what strategy you need to employ next and what you don't want to employ. You also know what is working so that you keep that one, and then you know what is not working so that you can be able to change that or find a way to fine-tune it to become better. So that's what this data does for you. Unlike other methods of advertising, especially traditional methods. Now, if you use a billboard, I like using billboard as an instance. If I put a billboard, or if a billboard is put at a certain location, let's say very public, very commercial location, so I'll probably be using different states. I don't know, so randomly, any random state I can remember, and maybe if I've visited. Right now, for Lagos, let's use Lagos for an instance. It's quite popular here. There's the island, there's the mainland. Of course, things are quite different. Prices of things are quite different on these different locations. Now imagine putting a billboard. If I put a billboard on an island or anywhere, right, the billboard is going to be there, and anybody who passes and sees the information that's on the billboard probably just gets to, maybe call a number or visit the website, as the case might be, right? Although these days I think tracking it has started becoming quite easier, unlike before, right? But unlike before, you can't have data because anybody that visits your website from the billboard or calls your number from the billboard, you're not going to start asking them where you don't know, right? You can't really track the amount of people that you're getting from there or the kind of information you're getting from there, unlike when you're doing it digitally. Although this is, I think it has quite changed because although billboards is quite difficult to put a barcode, a QR code, because now if you have a QR code, you can simply track where people are scanning your QR code from. So you now know what is working and what's not working. But then, right, that's like by the way. Now, also compared to traditional methods of advertising like this and this, it doesn't target a particular set of persons. Now let's use the billboard example again, for instance. I put a billboard out and I'm doing a business that I'm targeting, let's say maybe only women. Let's say my target is only women. But because I have a billboard on the road, both men and women passing, yes, it's meant for women, of course, because they are mainly the ones that will see it. But now I do not have the power to streamline it to only women. So both men are going to be seeing the billboards people that it doesn't concern will be seeing it. Okay, let's even say I have a product that is for both male and female, but then it's for maybe high-end users, maybe people who have a lot of money, right? High target individuals. But I put the billboard on a road. Everybody's passing that road. Put the big, the small, the mechanic, the trader, the people who the business is not even meant for, the small shop owner, they are all going to be seeing this billboard, right? So it doesn't really target the people I want. But if I'm doing it on social media, I can decide to target the people I really want to target. I can decide to target the people I really want to actually see my product. If it's only women, I can decide okay, I only want women to be able to see this particular thing I am putting out. If it's only men, the same thing. If it's high-ended individuals, I know what the characteristics of these people are, and then I know how to use to target that particular set of people. Right. So that's just basically what it is, or what the introduction seems to be. So that's what digital marketing is. And then just if you brief explanation of how it all works and what you just need to know, because it's quite different from, of course, traditional methods of marketing cannot be abolished, right? There's I think every business, if you have the budget, you should be able to capitalize on both, because they still work a lot. Traditional methods of advertising still work a lot. If they do not work, the big guys like the likes of Coca-Cola and all those other companies that have big budgets are not still going to be capitalizing on all this other normal regular media. You see them, they still go to blogs, they still do adverts on TV, they still do stuff on radio, they even put stuff on newspapers, because one way or another, these things still work, right? So you don't want to throw them aside completely. Let's go. Is there any question from here first before I move on to the benefits of data marketing? Any question from what I've just explained? Is this explanation, is it okay? Right, I'm guessing there's no question. I'm off. Benefits of digital marketing. Now, what are the benefits of digital marketing? Number one, I have here, says it helps brands reach a wider audience and increase their visibility. Can anybody give me or tell me what you think this means? Anybody? Hands up. Let's call you our victim again. Who wants to give it a go, guys? I don't want to be the only person talking. I want you guys to also give me your ideas. Okay. Whose hand is up? Jemima, I saw your hand first.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good morning. Informa, please mute your mic. Yes, Jemima, good morning.
All right, so I'm going to use this popular fish pie guy as an example. So it was just selling his products on the streets, right? But the way it was sounding was quite funny. And then someone captured it and put it on social media, right? And that was how boom went viral. So digital marketing helps to achieve something like that. Like you reach a wider audience, you reach both people that that will love your product, people that maybe because of the branding or the perspective around your brand will want to buy, and increase your visibility. Everybody will know about you, know about what you are doing, what you are selling. So yeah.
Okay, thank you, Jemima. That was brilliant. Yes, Ogunaya is in name, Emmanuel.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma'am.
Digital marketing helps a lot, like my colleague said, with social media like the YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. People can reach a wider audience. Like maybe if you're in Abia State or Lagos State, someone even in USA can see your product, your advertisement, or your content, maybe something touched them, as in your content, maybe something in it touched them or resounded with them, so resonated with them, then they decide to patronize you. Maybe after trying out one, then they like the product. They can even be your advertisers with word of mouth in their area or vicinity or in their group of friends. Thank
you. Yeah, last person I have hand up before Ma.
Okay. Good morning, everybody, once again. I will use myself as an example. When I'm posting on the social media, the use of my hashtag gets me to my targeted audience. So if, for instance, I run a baking business professionally, I want to run a training for children during the summer. So if I target students in campus, so that will help me. The use of hashtags will help me to reach my audience on the social media. So it gives me that leverage and lifting to me.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, thank you. All your answers are very correct, right? I think the explanations were, I think it's quite self-explanatory, and I think the explanations also gave it away. The example of the fish pie guy, the example of reaching more people. You can stay in one place and reach somewhere in a different state, and then of course you also giving me your personal example where you use your hashtags. Well, okay, yeah. Thank you, guys. Those were very good explanations. And that's what it is. Digital marketing helps brands reach a wider audience and increase their brand visibility. It's that simple. Now, let me give you an instance. This instance always has diverse opinion most times in my classes. I'd like to hear what you guys think as well. People always have diverse opinion, and their opinions are always correct, right? We just find a way to align it. Now, let me use this example. Let me look for two people in this class. Christiana is the first name I can see, so I'll go with Christiana. Now there's Christiana, and then there is Joy, Ajay Joy. So one of you is going to be on the negative side of things, but it's an example. Christiana and Ajay Joy have the same business. They sell the same thing. Let's say they sell clothes. Christiana owns a shop in, I don't know, which market will I use now? Christiana owns a shop in the popular area, let's not use area market. Let's use Balogun market in Lagos. Or any of the markets. Let's say she owns a shop in Arara International Market, Aba, or she owns a shop in Balogun Market in Lagos, or she owns a shop in Oime Market in Port Harcourt. So she just knows or Ita Market in Akwa Ibom. She just owns a very big shop, a big shop where she sells clothing. She even has several staff working for her. Then Joy does not have a shop, right? Joy does not have a shop. Now, Christiana will have to wake up in the morning, first thing in the morning. She will, of course, if she's a Christian, her name is Christiana Swan. She's a Christian. She will say her prayers. She will head out to the shop. She will pray in front of the shop before she opens the shop, because I know a lot of shop owners do that. She will pour holy water to drive away evil spirits and forces that will not allow her make sales that day. She will finally open the door. If she sees maybe someone who mistakenly, you know how maybe people are passing by a shop and then maybe someone carries something like a powder or maybe flour, and then maybe the bag now leaks or something, and the person tries to arrange the bag and stop it in front of a shop, and then you now come to front of a shop in the morning, and then you start seeing white flour or powder on the ground, and you're like, oh, my village people, they have come. You look for the next olive oil, the next holy water, or you call your pastor, and then you start praying. So she's going to most likely pour oil water. She will open the shop. She will sweep. She will clean goods, sample. Then she will now sit down again and start, asking either her, of course, her staff will most likely be the ones trying to call the customers into the shop. Or, a shop is that kind of shop where you just relax and then customers come into the shop, however it works. Right? Now, take note that she will pay rent. There will be shop rent, most likely a house rent. She'll pay house rent, she'll pay shop rent, she'll pay transport to shop, she'll pay tax, she'll pay NEPA bill, she'll pay ticket money, she'll buy buckets, all those tax that they always tax people that have places. So she'll be paying all of these things, she'll still pay staff salary. Then she's there, just in that place. She doesn't have an online presence. Her shop she doesn't have an online presence, but she's selling there, right? She's making good sales, however you want to put it. Then she's also making a lot of expenses. And then at the end of the day, she now looks at how much she generated, how much were her expenses, and then how much she has left. Then Joy doesn't have a physical shop. Joy just has just has a very good camera, a good phone with a very good camera. She invested in it. She has a well-lit environment with a good background for consistency's sake. And then all she has to do is take good pictures and make good videos of her product. And maybe dance a little, because these days now you have to dance for your customers. Because that's the cliche thing that happens now. Then maybe dance and all those other stuff that she has to do to market her product online. So she does this stuff. She's not going to pay rent. She's not going to pay all those unnecessary bills, aside her house rent and her own house bills and all of those other stuff. But to you, she's online. She doesn't have a physical shop, so she's most likely selling online. All she has to do is make her post, maybe run a few ads, and then make sales online. And then Christiana has a very big shop, big product, everything, but she doesn't have an online presence. Who do you think is going to make more sales and reach more people? Okay, let's start with sales, because reach more people is may be quite obvious. Who do you think will make more sales regularly? The dance. Stella, you have to dance now. It's cliche. Everybody's dancing. Yes, Faith, you want to say something?
I think the one. Good morning, everybody.
Morning, ma'am.
Can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Good morning.
Okay, yes. I think the person that doesn't invest so much by not having a shop, but have a good phone and can take good pictures and knows what to do to excite her clients would make more sales at the end of the month. Thank you.
Thank you, Faith. Anybody has a contrary opinion? Anybody has a contrary opinion? Christiana, what do you think? I used you as an example. I did that more like Christiana. Okay. Okay. Who has the contrary opinion? Yes, Christiana, you want to say something? Go on.
I don't have any contrary opinion.
Okay, so you agree. I was just wanted to know what you think. Okay. Ifoma, do you have a contrary opinion? What do you think?
Okay. I have a contrary opinion, really.
Okay.
In the
Let's hear
sense
it.
that the woman that has the physical shop can actually make more sales.
Okay.
Can make more sales if she embraces social media. The time she's spending sprinkling water and white substances. I'm very sure she has it. Yes, I'm very sure she has, though not displacing the place of prayer and God, but I'm very sure she has an Android phone. So if she, with that time she's using sprinkle that water, she's on social media, I'm open, snap herself, post herself in her very physical shop, I'm very certain she will make more sales. She will.
Thank you, Informa.
That's my opinion.
All right, Joy. The person will use that as the instance.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Joy.
So for me, it all boils down to what the person is actually selling. So let's go for instance. You gave the instance that for Christiana, she has a big shop, she's selling, but the thing is that what can she do to actually improve on her sales? Fine, she could use social media, but that was not your instance. You actually gave the insight that okay, she has a shop, she's selling, right?
That was the
So
brief.
yeah, so being in a place like an open, even if she's paying rent, she's paying anything, she must have weighed her costs and she must have weighed her expenses. Okay, this is what I'm actually going to spend at the end of the day. So she must have seen those things and discover that even with the fact that I'm paying this much, I'm still going to earn more. Like my income, whatever I'm selling, is higher. So I really don't even need the social media or anything to improve my sales because social media, maybe marketing also has its own disadvantage. Is it the aspect of your money not being sent or maybe what client ordered versus what you got? So there are a lot of things that can go bad doing online sales. So it's, and sales is different from marketing. So we are not even going to that aspect of marketing. Sure, if we're talking about marketing, then for Joy, who is online, she might have more market compared
She
to
will reach.
yeah, to reach
Okay.
sorry, more audience compared to Christiana. But the fact of what you're selling, so you might be selling maybe clothes and everything, and again the place you have maybe for Balog market. I know some persons that maybe they were even referred down that this person actually sell good clothes because they when they go to get there, they know that whatever they are going to buy is legit and it's durable. So they don't even need to go online. They know that they are not like certain of what they are going to get. You buying online like okay, fingers crossed, you are not 100% sure. Maybe so, but when you go to a place that is physical, you know that okay, what you are going to get is a good one. You actually tested, you tried, and you do lots of referrals. So to me, I will still go with the Christian aspect that okay, she get more sales, but this life, everything how you have to balance with that. Okay, but if you have social media to eat, and again being in a shop, definitely that means it would be like times 100
Thank
of
you. Thank you.
that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for your contributions. Amazing, amazing contributions. I mean, you're all very creative people. So the brief said Christina does not have online. She's not doing anything online. That was brief. And I share your sentiments, especially the point Joy raised. That's why I said this is always very controversial sometimes. It's kind of subjective. Because there's a lot especially in our country, Nigeria, sometimes what you order is not what you get. And there's that fear of what you order versus what you get. And then some people want to confirm that you have a physical presence. Also, because of online scamming, someone collect money from you. They tell you they have a business. You see the product, you see everything. Then you send money, and then they ghost you, and that's the end of it, right? So a lot of people become very skeptical about it, right? But it still doesn't take the place, or it still doesn't write it off that a lot of people still buy a lot of stuff online without having to go to a physical shop. I'm going to use people that work 9 to 5 for an instance, because I think they make up a very large set of our population as well. Imagine a 9 to 5 as someone who goes to work in the morning. You leave house in as early as 8 a.m. If you are living in Lagos, you're working on the island, and maybe you stay at the mainland. You have to leave your house very early as 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. If not, you will not be able to get to work that you're resuming by 9, right? So imagine someone who lives in the mainland, and then he goes to work every morning 9 a.m. Have to get to work by 9 a.m. and then you have to close by 5 p.m. before you get home in the evening from work, because once it's evening the traffic again starts building. So before you get home by 5 from work, you close by 5, you most likely be getting to your house, let's say 9 p.m., 8 p.m., 9 p.m., or even 10 p.m. Depends on the amount of traffic. Next thing you do is to sleep, right? And then the next morning you're off again. So maybe the only time you have is maybe when you are at work, when you can go through your phone, or on the weekends. And on the weekends, you most likely want to just relax and wear off all of the stress from the week, right? So who don't even like to cook, they even prefer to just order food because cooking can be stressful again. So And then there's Sunday for those who go to church, the Christians who go to church and all, by then again back for church and all of those stuff. So where's the time to even go to the shop to buy something, to go to the physical shop? So you do most likely prefer to just get their stuff online. And a lot of people now these days buy stuff online, regardless of what it is. So, like I said, it's quite subjective anyways. It's between these two people. And it could be either of it. But I think that Christiana, she will have a lot of limitations. She will have a lot of limitations. I'll go with Joy. Joy will most likely make more sales because Joy will reach more people. Yes, skeptical people are there, right? But she will reach more people, and reaching more people invariably leads to more sales, right? So Joy will definitely reach more audience. Christina is going to be a bit, she's restricted. She's restricted to just that environment. She's restricted to only people who are within that place. So if I've never visited Balogo International, if I've never visited Balogo Market before, I don't know her shop, I don't know her business, I will never interact with her. Except someone who has gone there before, uses word of mouth. I want to buy it, and then the person I know who sells it. I can take you to the shop. I give you direction to the shop. Give them my number. It happens like that, right? But if I've never visited Balogo Market, I don't know our shop. But I can stay online. I can be scrolling through my phone, and then I will see Joy's business pop up on my screen because the algorithm has noticed that I find interest in it. I will see her business. She has gotten visibility. She has reached me as an audience without having to stress herself that much. And if I like the product, I can decide to place an order. And the funny part is that people that even have these businesses, that they have physical shops, there are people that still do middlemen. I'm sure we know that, right? I don't have a shop. You have a shop. You have the product. I don't have the product. I do Osaya. That's what they call it in the East. My Eastern brothers know what they call it. Osaya in their native language. So what do you do? You just you come online, you post it as if it's your own. You have the specification. You have the product. Or you collect your share and you go your way. Or hi guys, sorry, I got knocked out by the network. Network got bad and I had to just knock out. It knocked me out. I have to look for the admin to give me host. Maligie Cole, I think you are the admin. You are the host now, so I think you have to give me permission to. You have to give me the host rights, please, so I can share my screen. Thank you. Anyway, to make me the host, all you have to do is you go to where you have participants, click on my name and then make me host or co-host, whichever one. Network was bad, sorry. Yeah, so back to what I was saying, right? So that explanation simply has it. So someone who is, thank you. So someone who is online will most likely, because the person will reach more audience, they'll most likely make more sales. So let's have that in front of our mind. I mean, that's my own, right? Doesn't mean that anybody's correct, is that you guys were wrong. Your answers are all correct. It's kind of subjective, like I said, but it still works, right? So I'm sharing my screen again. So it helps brands to reach a wider audience and increase their visibility. And we'll just give the explanation. A lot of people also give their own explanation. Someone give the explanation of the fish pie guy, another person give explanation of people who can reach more people. So Joy can stay in, Messi, she's in Port Harcourt. She can stay in Port Harcourt and reach people in Abuja, in Lagos, in Calabar, in Benin, in Kaduna, in Kano, in Jigawa. She can reach people everywhere. But Christiana would just be at Balogo Market, so she will most likely not be able to reach people everywhere. And if Joy has the capacity to deliver goods to other states, right, then she would most likely be making more sales at the end of the day. And of course, the thing with people still saying, and I know I still share the sentiment of, oh, what you order was what you got. Are you sure what you get is going to be correct and all of those stuff? If Joy knows her onions and does her business well, she's going to make a lot of money, because if she actually gives people what they want, what they saw and how they saw it, and she sends it to them and they really appreciate it, then she's on her way to making even more sales, because people will now trust the brand. Everything's about trust. The reason why you are going to a physical shop is because you do not trust what they are going to give you, what the online vendor is going to give to you. So at the end of the day, making sales or closing a deal is about trust. That's why you're going to the shop. So if she can build that trust between her customers, right, she'll make a lot of sales. So that's number one. Number two, it helps to convert fans to customers who will go on to become loyal customers and advocates of the business. Now, fans, customers, what's the difference? I have a social I'm following a particular platform on social media. I've not bought anything from them. I like their contents. I love the kind of things they do. I love the kind of things they post. I like to follow I like to just keep tabs with them, and maybe I even have the notifications on. I'm a fan, right? I'm a fan. Now, because I've not had an immediate need, or I don't have a goal that they're trying to reach that they will help me reach, I'm just a fan. By the time I make a purchase, I send them a message, I want to buy the stuff, I want to do this, I want to do that. I have graduated from becoming a fan to a customer because I have made a purchase. And then I can go on to become a loyal customer when I buy again and again from them. And of course, what will prompt me to go and buy again or buy again and again is when what I got from them, I like it, I love it, I want to get more. I become a loyal customer. And then I become an advocate of the business because I now enjoy their product and their services. I enjoy their customer relationship. And then I begin to tell everybody who wants to hear that this product is the best product for you. I begin to tell my friends, oh, you want to buy this stuff? I have the best client that you can buy it from. You want to get this? I have the best person you can get it from. So that way, you use your digital marketing strategy to convert people from just liking the kind of things you do online to getting a product or service from you, that's to becoming customers, and then they go on to become loyal customers when they begin to purchase over and over again. Like they buy from you now, they come and buy from you again, right? And then they become advocates of the business when they now begin to tell everybody who cares to listen that your brand or your product is the best for them. Number three, it helps brands to target the advertisement to the right audience. I think I mentioned this earlier, where you can target who exactly you want. If you want only women, you can say, okay, I want to target only women. If I want only men, I can say I want to target only men. If I want to target only people between the ages of 18 to 20 or 18 to 25, I can target only between that particular age range. Of course, we are going to get into this part later on as we move down in the class. I want to target only people who are between the ages of 30 to 50. It's very possible. So you have a very specific way of targeting your advertisement to the right customers. It's cost effective compared to traditional methods of marketing. Yes, very much cost effective. I'll use the billboard again for an instance. I'll still use a TV. If you want to put up a billboard, depending on your location, depending on the size of the billboard, depending on the type of the billboard, depending on how long the billboard is also going to be on that particular location, you're going to be spending some very outrageous amount of money, right? As a business, a billboard can go from as high as 500,000 naira for a week. And like I said, it depends on the location again, right? So different locations have different supply, different prices, different kind of billboards. The ones that are close to the wall have different prices. The ones that are higher up have different prices. The one that are put on bridges, maybe pedestrian bridge or any of this kind of bridge, has their own price. So the digital billboard has its own price. So they are they are very much expensive, and they are not cost effective at all. If you say you want to do TV, you have to buy TV airtime. Now, depending on the time you're also buying the airtime, that also determines how much you're going to be spending. You want to do radio, the same thing. If you want to do radio, you're going to be putting up jingles. You produce the jingles yourself. Now, those jingles are those songs or those things you hear when advertisers are talking on or over your radio. And then you're not going to buy one slot. You're mostly going to be buying like a lot of slots. Now, you multiply how much is one slot by the number of slots you want to buy. They'll give you a discount, of course, and then there are peak periods. If you're buying a slot for Saturday or Sunday, which is the weekend, you have to pay more because they believe that those days people are at home, they are resting, people are more on the radio and stuff like that. Same with TV. If you are buying a slot and you want to buy a slot for the weekend, let's say Sunday, you're going to be paying more. Saturday, you pay a little less. Saturday, you might even pay higher because they believe that people are going to church, people are not home and watching TV. So it's not cost effective, but in digital marketing, especially Meta, which is the cheapest of them, or you can be spending much, much less and making a whole lot of money at the end of the day from it and still tracking it, right? That's the next one. Now, the next one I have here is brands and businesses can measure the result of their marketing effort. I think I already mentioned this. You can always measure your results because you have a lot of data to measure. My word. Excuse me, please, just a moment. Yeah, about that slide breaking transmission. The next one here is that it helps brands build great relationship with their customers. So you can help you build a relationship with your customers, right? Because from using digital marketing strategies, you can be more closer to your customer because practically everybody is online now. And you see even the big brands are doing it. Now, I'll give you an instance. You see Coke. Coke can decide to say, we want to do a campaign called the Coke Dance All campaign or Dance With Me Coke campaign, whatever. And then they ask audience to, maybe do a record of themselves, any dance step that they know using Coke, whatever they ask them to do. They're not just doing engagement because that's also a form of engagement. They are also building a relationship with their customers. They're trying to tell you that they care about their customers. They're trying to tell the customers that they care about them enough that they want to have fun with them as customers. And that's like building relationships. So you can also build relationship with your customers as well. You see some brands will say will give their customer will do celebrate their customers. So we'll do a deal for customer participation week or whatever, right? As a customer, just say anything you want to say about the brand, what you like, what you don't like, and then they're trying to build relationships. Okay. The next one we have here is that it helps brands to stay ahead of their competitors. Yeah, it helps you to stay ahead of your competitors. Now, competitors are there in the market, whether you like it or not. There is competition, so you need to be able to stay ahead of your competition in the market. Yes, I know that you are not competing against anybody. You're competing against yourself and yourself alone. I know, right? I know, but there are people that are competing against you and they are your competitors so long as you're in the business space. And then lastly, we have it that it gives the best return on investment when done properly. So when you do it properly, you get back the money that you invested. So if when we say return on investment, if you throw in, let's say 50,000 naira and you after your campaign and all, you made back, let's say 100,000 naira or stuff like that, you've gotten back your return on investment because the money you put into do your campaign or whatever, you were able to get it back and even make some profit out of it. So these are some of the benefits of digital marketing that we have. It helps brands to reach wider audience, increase their visibility, convert fans to customers who can become loyal customers and advocates of the business. Helps your advertisement to go to the right audience. It's cost effective. You can measure the result of your efforts. It helps you build great relationship with your customers. It helps you stay ahead of your competitors, which is very important. And then it gives you the best return on investment when done properly. Someone's mic is on mute. You want to say something? Who has the question before I move forward? Any questions? Okay, we all understand. All right, let's move. All right, so now considerations to market online. This is quite the show. What are the things you need to consider to actually be online, to market in the online space? Because it's hard, man. I'm telling you, it's hard. But what are the things you have to consider? Number one, who am I? Who am I now is not you as a person, but except it's your personal brand. But who am I now is understanding the mission, the vision, and the value of your business. Who is my business? Who am I as a business? What's the mission of my business? What's the vision of this brand? What's the value? that I offer. Because people are paying for value. People are paying for value. People are paying because your business is valuable to them. Someone is only buying that dress from you because it is valuable to her. Whatever value means to the person, right? Someone's only patronizing your service because it is valuable to them. You're helping them solve a problem. So you need to understand what the mission of your business is, what the vision of your business is. Of course, I'm very sure, pretty much sure that you intend that your business is going to grow beyond where it is. So you need to have a vision where you want your business to be. You need to have a mission of what you are out to do, and then you need to have values as a brand. So you need to ask yourself that question: who am I? Who am I as a business? Who is this business? That's number one. Number two is, what do I offer? What am I offering to my clients? What am I offering that makes me stand out from my competitors? What are my products or services? What are my unique selling points, USP? What will make me, or what will make the customer prefer to buy my product than buy from the other person that's saying the same thing with me? You need to ask yourself that question. Because people are buying something from you because there's a unique thing that actually makes you stand out from the others or from the rest. Is it your pricing? Is it the quality of your product? Is it the quantity you give? Is it your delivery methods? You have swift delivery? Is it your customer support method? What's one thing that actually makes you unique from the others? That when someone patronizes you once, they prefer to patronize from you again because you now stand out from the competitor. So what's that unique selling point that you have that makes you stand out? That's number two. Number three is, where am I? Understanding your position and that of your competitors in the market. Having an insight into what your competitors are doing and trying to do better. And again, competitors again. Competitors will always be there, right? You need to understand that there's always competition. I know I made that statement earlier because I heard a lot of people say it. I'm not competing against anybody. I'm competing against myself alone. I don't have any competition. All of you should carry on competition and go. Yes, it's okay to make that statement, but the truth is that there's competition one way or another. There is competition, whether you like it or not. I like to use football, for instance. There's a team. Now, let's say we have a team. Do we have any Arsenal fans in the house? Mayu fans yesterday, rather. I'll use Mayu. Let's say Eric and his boys, there's a team. We have a team of 30 players, 26 players, 27 players, whatever, right? A pool of players. Okay, let's even use countryside. Let's use Nigeria now as an instance. Nigeria, the coach will go with, let's say, 26 players to a competition, AFCON competition, whatever. They will train together, they will play together at the end of the day. But when it comes to selecting the people who will actually be on the pitch to play the main match, only 11 players get selected. Only 11 players get selected. And these 11 players get selected even on a consistent basis. So the coach already has his first 11 side that he's selecting. You people will always start match. The same players, the same striker, the same goalkeeper, the same midfielders in almost every game, except when he just needs to do a slight rotation. Of course, some coaches do not rotate like that. So now, they are a team, but the coach already has people that is selecting. So what are the rest doing in training when they are all training together? They are competing in training for who will be selected. Some coaches will let you know that there's nobody that has a starting spot. So it's now a competition, even amongst them as a team, for who will get selected. But it's just that the competition is healthy. It's when it gets bad that it becomes unhealthy, right? So there's competition because competition will help you stay on your feet. Imagine there are no competitors. Imagine you're the only person selling what you are selling in your field. You'll just be anyhow, you'll just be doing anyhow because you know that there's no competition. Check any space. Go and check anywhere that the market is a monopoly, is a monopolistic market. In your area where you are living, check one person that in that area that the only person selling that particular thing. No other person is selling that. No other person is doing that kind of business, selling that particular thing within that your vicinity. See how those people behave. Compare how they behave, and then compare when you go to an area where you have people who are selling that thing in multiple numbers. You have 3 people, 4 people selling the same thing, and see the difference in their marketing and how they attend to customers. You see that most of the people that are staying in a monopolistic environment, because it's only them, they just do anyhow, because they know that you don't have a choice. You have to buy. If you don't want to buy, you have to pay transport and go out, which of course is you losing, because you spend more money, spend time, you go out, you spend money and come back again. So you see them do anyhow. They raise their prices to the roof. They attend to customers sometimes even rudely, because they know there's no competition. But that's just an instance. So imagine you are the only person doing the same business that you're doing in your space. You probably just, anyhow, lackadaisical about it, however. But because there's competition, you have to stay on your feet, you have to stay on your toes, because you don't want to be overtaken. You also need to make sales. If not, that another person will take your customer. So you need to understand your position in the market and that of your competitors. Are your competitors far ahead of you in this space? If they are far ahead of you, so you start thinking of how to do to match up with them. So you are now studying them. Remember, understand and study your competition. Study them to know what they are doing, and then try to do better so that you can be able to match up or meet up with them. Are your competitors behind you? It means you still have to be doing work, because while they are behind you, they are working very much so that they can be able to match up with you as well. So you need to understand your position, that where you are in the market and those of your competitors. So you know how you want to do, how you want to strategically position yourself so that you can be able to get a very huge share of the market. That's number 3. Number 4 is, why do I have to market online? Why? If your why is not strong enough, you're going to fall off on the slightest challenge. I'm saying this because it's hard. Most of us who are in this class, who have tried to do anything marketing online, you can testify that it is hard. It is difficult. There are days you get tired. You are tired, like you want to give up. There are challenges. You are doing everything right. You're making all the videos right. You feel like you've smashed it with that particular video. You spent a lot of money. You've done all of this. At the end of the day, all your efforts is in vain. It's just like pouring water on the back of a cork, and then once he shakes his body, all the water goes off. Like you didn't even put any effort, and it can be very frustrating. And if your why is not strong enough, you will just fall off the slightest challenge that comes your way. It's okay to be tired. You tire and you rest, and then you get up and pick yourself up again. And also know when to give up, right? You also know when to give up. There are certain businesses that you've been doing it, or you don't see, well, this one continue to get ahead again. There's no need for me to continue this business. You find another business and jump into. Most of the entrepreneurs that we see that are top entrepreneurs today, they failed at several businesses. Some of them failed in 3 businesses, some of them failed in 4 businesses, 5 businesses before they finally got that one that actually propelled them to where they are. So yes, you are tired, you rest, you pick up again. You see, when you now know that, okay, this one is no longer getting a headway, or this business is beginning to get extinct. Always think ahead. This business is beginning to get extinct. It's not going to be favorable in the next few years. Where is the world gravitating to? You switch the business line immediately, so you can be able to stay and continue to stay in business. Let's move forward. Now, we've done who am I, understanding and having a clear understanding of the mission and value of your brand. We've done what you offer. We've done consider your products or services. The next one now is, who is my target market? Who are my target market? You need to know who your target market are. If not, you end up wasting your efforts. You end up wasting your marketing effort. Marketing is very, very, very intentional. You know who you're marketing to, so you don't waste your time. You put out things that are relevant to your audience. If not, you'll be putting out things that are irrelevant. And that happens when you do not know your target market. Imagine selling something that is meant for, imagine doing something that your product is for people that want to travel abroad, people that Nigerians are looking to maybe leave Nigeria. Actively living, no, not the ones that have it in mind. Okay, I want to leave, but they are not actively, everybody wants to japa, right? Almost everybody wants to japa. Let's not say everybody, so we don't generalize it, but almost everybody wants to japa and leave the country. But then you are doing a product or service that is for those who are actively want to leave. And then you are now targeting people that are not even thinking of leaving the country yet. That's like wasting your effort because you will not be making sales. You'll not be making money. Right? For instance, now let's say for instance, you're doing an IELTS course, IELTS International English Language Testing System, for people that want to travel out to countries, Nigerians or people who are traveling out. That's mostly Nigerians, of course, if you're a target market, traveling to English-speaking countries that use the English language as their main language. And then you are now showing your ad to somebody who is traveling to China, or you're marketing to someone who's traveling to China, someone who's traveling to let's say maybe Qatar or Turkey or any of the countries that are not English speaking countries. You are just wasting your time, right? So you need to understand and know who your target markets are, so you don't end up wasting your marketing efforts putting out things that are irrelevant to your audience. And how do you know who your target markets are? You have to do a research. You research your target market and draft out what we call a buyer persona to understand their needs and tailor your marketing effort to suit those needs. You do a research. How do you do your research? That's the question. The best form of way, or the best way to do that research, is when you have physical or interaction with your audience, with the person that is you're targeting. That's like the best form of it. Imagine wanting to sell a product that helps people to manage diabetes, or you say you even claim you have a product that can cure people of diabetes. How do you want to tell people that have diabetes that this your product can cure them when you don't even know what they are going through, when you don't know their pain points, when you don't know what they've been through? How do you want to convince them that your product can actually cure their diabetes? You cannot rely on what you see online. You can do your research online, but you cannot really rely on what you get from online, what other people have written. And the best way you can be able to know how they go through it or what they go through is having to maybe have a conversation with someone who has diabetes, who has had diabetes, who has diabetes actively. You listen to them talk. You ask them certain questions. Questions like, oh, have you been able to manage this? What are the symptoms you've been having? What are the pain points? What have you been going through? This gives you an insight into what people are going through and helps you know the kind of marketing message you're going to be sending to them. It now helps you know who exactly your target market are, what their pain points are, and how you're going to actually craft your message that it resonates with them in a very empathetic way, that they know that, oh, this person actually knows what we are going through. Right? That's like one way. Now, some people say, okay, what if I don't have access to be able to meet these people one-on-one? The second other way is going to spaces where these people exist online. I'll use the diabetes again for an instance. You go to communities where maybe on Facebook, if there's a diabetic community where people who have diabetes or who are going through diabetes are on that community. You can visit there and listen to their conversations. They will definitely share their pain points there, their experiences there. Some even ask certain questions to get a certain opinion from others because they understand that in this particular space, there are people who have the same experience as me, who are going through the same thing as me, who most likely understand what I'm going through. And then you listen on their conversations. Now, listening on their conversations helps you get insights into what they are and helps you tailor your messages and your marketing efforts to this particular kind of people. The third one, or the last one that you can do when these two options are not there, is now to create a survey, right? A survey that has questions that are that you can ask people that are respective to your audience. So you can create a survey, and then when you create the survey, you send it out, and then have people fill out the survey, and then get the feedback and use it to form or to understand their needs and tell you, and then create a buyer persona respective to the responses that you get from the survey. That's how you know who your target market are. You can't assume who your target market are. Assumption doesn't help. You only assume, you cannot assume, especially if you've not been in the business. But if it's a business that you've been in, you, of course, if you've been in a business for quite a longer time, you understand the business very well. You understand what people are going through in that particular business or that particular system. Then most likely, of course, you will know where your target market are. But if it's not in a system where you're being, right, you might not really know. Okay, so these are the things you want to know. These are the things that are very, very important when you want to market online. These are the considerations when you need to consider when you want to market online. You need to ask yourself these questions. Who am I? What do I offer? Where am I? Why do I have to market online? And this very important one, who are my target market? This one is very, very much important. Who are my target market? What are they doing? Where are they? Where are they located? What do they do? Right. Exactly. Right. So you need to understand all of this stuff. Is there any question from what we've done so far? Any question? What do you not understand? Now is the time to ask.
Okay, I have a question, sir.
All right.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Is someone on the line?
Yes.
Yes. I've been trying to. I have a friend. She stays as far as Ijesha area. Then my own location is Ogba. My location is Ogba. So she contacted me and like she helped her get a baker for a bakery, this bread business that she wants to start up. I said, okay. When did you learn bakery and all that? She said she just wants to the kind of investment. I said, okay, where is your space? Akute. Was that how the distance is so far from Ijesha to Akute every day? How do you intend to? So she said she did a market survey and she was told that there is need for bakery or bread business within Akute. Now, my question now to you, sir, because I try to analyze it personally, to me, ordinarily, I would say it does not make sense to me. You say in Ijesha, and you're coming to Akute, you're in a business in Akute. So how do you cover the transport? How do you cover the coming and going every day, this stress? So is it possible for such results using survey? And what's the guarantee that she will get her return on investment?
Come with the first question again.
Survey. My question now is, what is the guarantee based on her location and the location of her business and the report that her survey, according to her, gave her, that there's need for her to open a bakery, there's need for bakery business within Akute. So what is the guarantee that this survey result is actually true and that she will make her return on investment? Her house is very far from Akute, Ijesha. And Akute is just this off Iju and all that. So I'm asking you this question, sir. Is it possible that this survey would lie at times if manually done?
So no, it won't lie. Most likely no, because let's choose for instance. Let's use even the government, even the who's that now? Even the government agencies use surveys to predict certain things in certain locations. The survey is like, casting a net. Definitely, you're not going to, like, for instance, now for people that did project in school or masters or whatever that use surveys. Let's say, for instance, I said, check for these children who have maybe post-traumatic disorder from certain things. Definitely, you are going to ask questions within that And then you will not go to all the schools, let's say within secondary schools in let's say maybe in Lagos or anywhere. You can't go to all the secondary schools in Lagos. You definitely pick maybe a few secondary schools that have a large population of people, of children, of youth, and then you go there and then you share your survey and then get the feedback from them. That survey now is like, okay, it's like using the feedback of the majority to now say, okay, this is what this particular set of persons will most likely have, because there are going to be a lot of similarities, even from the ones you did not get the answers from, right? Now, her survey will not lie. If she says she has done a market research and that they said there is a need for a bread bakery in that particular area that she's going to, then it most likely means there's a need for it there, right? The only problem now there is, it's now on a personal level, which is dependent on her, that she now has to be going from a very far location to that other location on a daily basis to do her business. That now is not the service business or the service fault. And it also does not necessarily mean that she's actually going to be successful or succeed out of that result that she got. The result might be correct that there's a need for it there. But if she's not strategic enough to actually push the business the way it is supposed to be, she might still not make it at the end of the day. But of course, we don't wish that far. The only thing now is she going from a very distant location to that particular place every day, which is something very personal, which I think that it would be better if she actually moves to that particular location or has something closer. But if she can afford the expenses on a daily basis and her returns outweigh the expenses that she's making, then she's good to go. And that's what I think I can say on that.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Hello, sir. I have a question. My name is Oluchi.
Right, Oluchi. Good morning.
Yes, sir. Sir, I am a content creator,
yes,
and my own area is health.
Okay.
So how do I bring digital marketing to what I am doing? That's my question, sir.
Already, you're a content creator, and your content creating
yes,
is done
sir.
online. Your content creating is already
on
done
health,
online.
on YouTube, online on YouTube and TikTok.
Exactly. You're already using digital marketing. What else do you want me to tell you? You're already doing digital marketing. You're already a health content creator.
Okay.
You already have your stuff out there. The only thing you have to do now
Okay.
is be more consistent and research on what people actually need. Try to capitalize on, of course, health is like a topic that everybody needs, right? But capitalize on maybe things that are in vogue. Look at Aproku Doctor, for instance. I want you to model him. He's a health content
Yes,
creator.
sir.
Model what he does.
Yes,
he
sir.
looks at things that are striking at the point in time, and he pushes it out. It gives you more attraction or more audience. Like when it was Mental Health Awareness Week, he did content on mental health. When it was there was a time he did it, so he just looks for what is in vogue at a particular moment in time, and then he pushes it out. And then of course there are still, health is a topic, or health is a space that is evergreen, because there will always be something to talk about. You can always recycle content even at that. Even if you've spoken about something today, you can still bring back that thing tomorrow or next month and recycle it and make it look fresh and take another direction to it. So I mean, you are in track already, so yeah, maybe throw a little money on ads,
Okay.
and you're good.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Yeah, Victoria Oluwashun, you want to ask a question? Your mic has been on mute for a while. I was guessing you want to ask a question. Okay, any other person has any other question? It's only the ladies that have been speaking in this class. I've not heard any guy's voice since. Any question? Okay. No other questions.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Blessing. Do I know you?
Yes, sir. Yes, I didn't start from the beginning, and because I had issue trying to log into.
But I know this name, Blessing Godwin. Have you been in my class before?
What do you say?
Have you been in any of my classes before?
Yes, so the first day I was very active. I was. Yes, so
Okay.
I don't know if there is a little bit of a recap because I just came online not quite long, at least for about 10 minutes, and I'm just seeing considerations to market online showing on my screen. So I don't know if there is a way that there can be a recap or something.
The recording will be shared, so you can always get it from the recording. The class is being recorded.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Yes, Shakirat.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My question is my own line of business is setting up home gardening for home owners, for families, especially home owners.
Yeah,
So
that's a very
taking
rare
the
line of
business,
business.
yes, taking the business online is not the problem, but executing. When I know, even without the survey, there is something that a lot of people yearn to have a bit of a garden in their compound when they can always get vegetables, fresh vegetables, and is number one the economic problem, and even freshness of the food that we're eating and sort of things like that. But running that type of business will involve moving from one place to the other, one place to the other. So how feasible is it to put that type of business online where one may not be able to meet up all of the demand of everyone that needs that service?
Okay. Thank you. So your business is quite how do I put it now? It's quite rare. Will I say it's not so much in demand? I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I might say it's not so much in demand. So it's quite tricky. Because first of all, you are targeting homeowners. And you're not just targeting homeowners now, you're targeting homeowners with homes that have spaces that you can set up gardens. So I hope you know where I'm heading at. Not all homeowners even have spaces in their homes that you can actually set up a garden. Some people don't even care about space. They just want to build a house. Just build the house, build it anyhow, just jump pack everything, just so that they have a house. And especially the ones that are renting their houses when they are building homes for people to rent out. So one, you're even targeting more of what you're targeting now, homeowners who build homes and are living in their homes and they need a garden. Right? Not homeowners who are building home for rent, because anybody that's building home for rent will not care whether he just doesn't care. He just doesn't let him just build his house, interlock everywhere. So where does he want to put a garden or set up a garden? So it's kind of rare, right? And it's a business that I with honesty, if I'm being very honest, it's a business that involves more of physicality.
Yes.
You knowing these homeowners, knowing the ones that have these spaces, or even knowing them before they start setting up their apartments, knowing if they are setting it up for their personal use or for renting to tenants, and then pitching to them before they actually, cover the whole space with whatever they want to cover it with. So it's kind of very tricky. Now, if we want to bring that online, it means that you will have to do a lot of educational or informational content. Informational content, yeah. We'll talk about that when we get to social media marketing. But you have to do a lot of informational and educational content because you're going to have to be educating people because some people don't see the need for it. Yes, we are in Nigeria. So most people don't see the need for it. They're like, what do I don't care about a garden, bro. Just build my house and just interlock everywhere, put fence. Let me have my house and let me have my space to myself. I don't care about any other thing. But so you are going to be doing a lot of educational content on the need for it, the health benefits that it gives you, the environmental benefit that it gives to your home, the serenity it gives to your home as a person, and all of those other stuff, right? How you can be able to go there to walk. Of course, I don't know how you set it up, but you're giving them examples of, oh, you can go there to sit down, walk. You can go there to sit down and relax. You can go there to sit down and have a chill time. There are still the benefits that you eat fresh meals from it and all of those benefits. So it's going to be like educating people on this particular kind of things, right? So they know the benefits so that Any now because this is not like targeting people before they even start building their houses. So anybody that's building house, not like, oh, okay, I think I would like to set up a garden when I want to build my house, and then I almost likely think of this lady because I've been seeing her content before now. And then of course you're going to be running a lot of ads. You're going to be running a lot of ads because most our population is made the people that don't own houses, that are house renters, are larger. That we have a large population of those people that don't own their houses compared to people that actually own their own homes. So you might be running a lot of ads, and then remember, it is even more physical. So you have to put in the work. You have to you have to look for people that are building houses. You have to get those kind of connections and pitch to them and all of those stuff. So yours is a bit, it's quite tricky. It's not so direct that it's like, oh, social media, you can actually go digital. You have to mix it a lot. You have to crop it a lot with a lot of traditional method, traditional marketing and digital. That's that's my honest thoughts on this. I hope it helps.
Thank you very much.
All right. You're welcome. Okay. That was that. Is there any other question before we?
Hello.
Yes,
Please,
Blessing.
please, can I contribute to?
Okay, yeah. If you have a contribution, yes, you
Yes.
can.
I think the lady that wants to go into home gardening, I think also you should look at specificity that is mostly urban areas. You know, most persons or most houses in rural areas is most likely that they have lots of gardening in their houses because most of them really prefer fresh foods from their farms than even those in the urban area. Basically, people in the urban area, most times, only very few, most times they tend to buy virtually everything in the market, from the vegetables to everything, to aloe vera, to every damn thing and all of that. So I think basically you should actually target most people in the urban area, especially those eyebrow areas, because those are the people that will actually appreciate it. And because they buy a lot of things, that's why people say people in the rural areas do not actually fall sick compared to those in the urban areas, because one time they're eating this and they're having one sickness, the other time they're spending money on so much drugs, because most times they buy things that are in can, that are in tin, they are not actually fresh, really really fresh like that. So I think you should actually, if you could also concentrate on those in the eyebrow areas, that is the urban area, I think you actually have a good catch there, and people are actually going to, I think, get interested. That's my contribution.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can I say something? I want to say something. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Last contribution to that.
Yes. I think my sister, you should work with estate developers. Make them your partners. Go into partnership or collaboration with them. Look for those that does estate development. Work with them. With that, you easily, and before the structures come up, market yourself to them. So I think you should get closer to estate developers, estate agents, surveyors, even the urban planning and town planning people. To have access, why not? Because everybody wants to go green. Thank you. That's my suggestion.
Thank you. Yes, that was a very brilliant one. That's true. Very much brilliant. That's true. Those are the people you actually need to meet, because they are the ones that know these people that want to build houses, and then you can be able to pitch your services before they start even building the house, that they have you in mind, and then they create spaces for it. Yes. Thank you guys for the suggestions. Those were very brilliant. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. I think we should go on a break. I'd like us to go on a break. When we come back, we'll go into stages of marketing, and then I'll quickly shout out to create a survey. They'll call it a day for today. I don't know when this guy's supposed to be over, but I'll try as much as possible to be fast. So let's go on a break now. This is 11:50. We'll come back by 12:30. Please, 12:30 on the dot. I will start. I can see 56 persons, 57 persons on the call now. Please, I would like, not 57, 56 actually. I would like to see 56 people on the call by the time we get by 12:30. So if you have to set an alarm, please set an alarm, because we're like going into some of the most important parts of the lesson once we come back from break. So please set an alarm, 12:30. Before 12:30, you should be here. 12:25, I think you should be here by 12:25. Please, thank you. Attendance, please. Yes, another thing I like to say this. A lot of people have been asking for attendance. Attendance is always dropped at the end of the class. When the class is about to end, that's when you get the attendance, because some people just come into class, fill attendance, and then boom, they leave. So we always get up the attendance list at the end of the class. So you have to wait till the end of the class or when the class is about to be over, and then we're going to be able to drop the attendance. Victoria Ayomba, okay, I'll take into consideration, and then I'll let the admin know or the class manager know that know your state, so that you don't have issues with the attendance. All right, please, 12:30, we'll be back. Thanks, guys. See ya.
Thank you.
Anybody? We just finished it just before we went on break. If you were listening, you definitely know.
Sorry, please, what did you say?
I said, why do you think it's important to have a USP? A unique selling point.
Selling proposition or product. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Fatima, yes, your hand is up, although it's up in the wrong place. But yes, Fatima, you have the floor.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm good. I can hear you, ma'am.
Yes, sir. To my own knowledge, the reason why to have a unique selling point, number one, it makes you different from your competitor, and it makes you stand out of other unique competitor, and it kind of give you more edge. Yes, sir. That's my contribution. Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you very much, Fatima. Thank you so much for that answer. Blessing, kindly mute. Blessing, I can get a very large callback from your end. Please mute. Someone's hand was up. You just put your hand down. I was about to call you. Idoko Mary, I think that was the name I saw.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir, from the previous class, you said unique selling point makes us stand out among other competitors, among thousands of persons doing the same line of business that we are doing. Unique selling point makes us stand out and gives us an edge or that.
All right, thank you, Mary. That was nice. Thank you, Idoko Mary. So let me go to the chat. I can see here that we have Precious Akonde says it enhances your marketing. She wants also for that to say USP boosts customer loyalty. Sheila Shitu says USP is important, so as to leverage on it as a competitive advantage for brand loyalty and customer acquisition. Precious Akonde again says it communicates a clear message about what sets a business apart, helping customers understand why they should choose your product or services over others. Thank you very much, guys. That was nice. Why is it important to know who your target markets are? Because we're still going to look at that again later in the class. But I want to be sure we are following. These are some of the strong points. Why is it important to know who your target markets are? Who wants to give it a try? Who wants to give it a go? Hands up. Please, I want to hear a guy's voice this time around, and I'll randomly look for a guy here if I see one. Not heard any of the guys talk.
Ladies can talk.
Yes, ladies can talk too, I know. But they should also talk. They should stop being in the background. But yes, go on.
Okay. Okay, can I talk?
Yeah, carry on.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Blessing. It's very important to know who your target market are because it will help you know. It will help you know where your products are being tailored to. For example, like instead of you to have a product that is just for everyone, or once you have a product that is for everyone or just anyone, you actually do not know who are your buyers, who need to buy your product. You do not even know the needs of these people. But when you have a target market, you know the needs of the people, you know their preferences, you know what they want at every time, and you actually want you try to meet their own demands. For example, I run a food brand and I'm into production and manufacturing of food consumables like mixed cereal, custard, wheat flour, beans flour, and all of that. Now, most times I scream out loud that my wheat flour basically is for diabetic patients, people with high blood pressure and all of that, people that do not want to add some weight. Now, my target market is being specific. When somebody that is a very slim person walks up to me, I want meat, I'll tell you, please do not buy it or do not eat it. Why don't you go for mixed cereal? Mixed cereal is something that is some brown mixed cereal. It's something that's for everyone. Like it's for example, it's for people that want to add some weight and all of that. You want to be healthy. So already that's a cut out. I know what my customers need. I know who my customers are. Also, it will even help you to develop lots of marketing strategies and all of that. For example, one of my marketing strategies is people in the hospital, that is nursing mothers, pregnant women. I target those persons in the hospitals very well. I know that they are going to buy at least once they just see my team members going all out for marketing advertisement, and they are like, okay, please, this is so and so brand. We sell this. It helps nursing mothers to do. It helps infants, children to be healthy and all of that. It's just an easy buy. Okay, please give me 2 packs. Give me 3 packs and all of that. So having a clear cut target market is very important, and you have customer loyalty.
Thank
you have it. If you have, okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Blessing. That was very in-depth. Gracias. You can mute Blessing. Olajumoke Olagunju, your hand is up.
Okay, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everybody. So I think
Afternoon.
that the reason we need to know our target audience is so that we can do tailor-made marketing, as in our marketing strategy will be tailor-made towards that specific audience. For instance, if you want to run an ad, you're able to target that particular audience. You're not just randomly posting and just reaching out to everybody. If your product is for ladies within the age group of 18 to 30, you can include that when you are running your ad. So I just think basically that's why we need to know our target audience.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Olajumoke. Thank you. I think you can put your hand down now. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. Exactly the question I was about to ask, Precious Akonde. That's the question I was about to ask. If Lua says it will help us to know our specific target market, Sam, Tam, and Tom, and some. I want you to explain those acronyms you put. If they are acronyms or they are the names of people, I don't know. Sam, Tam, and some. SOM. If Lua, you have some explanation to do to us. What is Sam, Tam, and some? Yeah, I don't know. All right, thank you guys. Oh, service addressable market, target addressable market. What is SOM now? SOM. Let's know. We are all learning, of course, definitely. We'll learn from each other. Serviceable addressable market, target addressable market. Oh, okay. Okay. There's one more, SOM. Drop it so that I will learn. Service obtainable market. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, guys. People have done well. Serviceable addressable market is SAM. Target addressable market is TAM. And serviceable obtainable market is SOM. Precious Akonde. Take note too, because it's you that asked question. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the explanations. Thank you for your contributions so far. Shows that we are following. All right, back to my screen. What do you see on this image, as you can see here? What do you see? What do you think it is?
Funnel.
A funnel. Do we agree? Is this a funnel?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Like a triangle. Okay, thank you. Thank you, guys. You can mute. Blessing, you can mute. Everybody can mute. So this is a funnel, and this is more like one of the data marketing frameworks. I'm going to tell us two. The second one is not yet, but I'll explain it to us. Some of us might already know it. This is what we call the See, Think, Do, Care framework and the stages of marketing online. Does anybody want Blessing? Don't answer this one. Pause first. Let's give other people the floor here from other people that have not spoken. Especially someone that have not spoken. I really like to hear from someone that have not spoken. Can anybody, attempt to give us an explanation of what this is? Let me just see what you can come up with. There's no right or wrong answer, right? Can you attempt to say, okay, this is what I think this funnel and what is written here, this is what it means, this is what it entails, or this is what is the final result? Anybody want to give me a try?
Good afternoon, I can go.
Let me see your name first. Tolulope. Okay, yes, you can go.
Yes, all right. So, okay, so a funnel shape, and this shape, what I see is that the base of the funnel is the care. That's like the foundation of whatever you are doing in online marketing. What is at the foundation is not what people see, but what is projected out is what is on the top of the funnel, which is what they see. So what they see should be more. But at that foundation should still be like that you care. I don't know, maybe it's like caring, maybe your brand cares about the people that you're targeting. I don't know what that means. And then but the caring is going to be at the foundation, then what you do, followed by what you do, and then followed by what you think, and then followed by what they see also.
Okay, thank you. Very nice, very brilliant attempt, very brilliant one. Very, very brilliant and very creative. You were very close. Thank you very much. Shakirat. Samira.
Yeah.
I already gave the floor to Shakira. Blessing. Let's meet first.
Actually, the funnel usually starts from the place with the larger area, which is here is shown as C. This is the stage where a business shows or showcases his or her product to the target market. And at this stage, a lot of people are shown what the product or the services that is being rendered. At that stage, a lot of people are shown. Then the next one is think. So out of those people that are shown those products or services, some of them might develop interest and will start thinking about, should I go for it? Should I go for it? So at that stage, that is the thinking stage. Then from there, it goes to the doing stage. So if there is a follow-up on those people that are thinking about it, they may go ahead to pay or buy or patronize that business. So subsequently, if there is also a follow-up, they may continue to stay with that business to buy more and more of it. So that is the stage that is care. They stay with that company or that business to continue to transact business with them. That's my understanding of it.
Thank you, Shakirat. Have you been in my class before today?
No.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Right.
Let's give the floor to Fatima.
Uh,
Raise your hand, Blessing. Blessing, raise your hand so that I will see your hand.
okay.
Fatima, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm there, sir.
All right, through.
Yes, sir. My own opinion.
Yeah, I can hear you. Hello, is she there? I think the network did that dirty. Shakira, you can. Okay, let me lower your hand. I think the
Concerning
network
the
has.
diagram, problem that you foresee, business idea, solution. Try to think way out. How can you come in to provide a solution to a given problem of there? Why did
Fatima, sorry, I can barely hear what you're saying. The network
then
is
the
kind of
care
very
is
bad.
the
I can barely make out what you're saying. Maybe you should log out and log in again. Blessing, it's your lucky charm. Oh yeah, you have the floor. Fatima, please log out and log it again. I can barely hear you.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I think this marketing funnel, the C indicates having a product and people become aware of what you're doing or what services you're rendering or your products, what you're selling. So when you have a product, you have to make sure that there's an awareness in it, like people get to know what you're doing. Awareness, like reaching a larger audience, and also helps also in increased visibility. Then the thing also is now people, once they get to know what you're doing or what services you're rendering, they start to consider, they start to think, okay, I think let me look at actually what lesson, or let me look at what Sheung is doing. They are considering you. So now they've seen that product. Sometimes they can like your post, or they can like your products, and sometimes they might not actually have the money to buy it at that point. But once they've liked it, they've shared emoji, or sometimes they even share your this, at least they've actually engaged on your brand or your product. The next thing is that they already have that interest in mind. They can talk to somebody about your product even without buying it. Somebody is looking for where they want to get mixed cereal, and they say, I think Blessing actually does a very good mixed cereal. I think you should. So they've thought about your brand, that they've considered you long enough. So they feel that you can offer value and all of that for that particular product or services you're rendering. Then afterwards, after they must have considered you, they must have thought about what you're doing. Then the next thing is do. This do is all about the action in place, the action taken up by these customers to make, maybe example, to make purchase. The action, that is whatever they must have evaluated behind bars. The next thing is that they want to pay for it, and this payment can lead to that is, they want to have the product by hand, conversion. So online is like conversion. Okay, they don't want just to like the product, they know about the product, they've considered buying your product. Then the next thing is that they want to make purchase, they want to sign up for that course online, they want to have that product, they've heard so much about it, they want to have that product. Then afterwards is care. They become, if your product is very good, or if the services you rendered is very okay, then they become very passionate about your brand. They talk to people about your brand. That is like advocates. They advertises your brand for you. So you've already built that loyalty among them. Okay, thank you very much for your patronage. Thank you for buying from me, or thank you for what you did. I really enjoyed your services. And the next thing, they start to tell people, they start to preach about your brand to people. They make sure that they bring more people for you. You don't have to actually stress yourself. They bring in more people for you. And so this is how the whole funnel stuff works. That's what I think.
Thank you, guys. I can see more hands up, but I will not be able to take it now. Sorry, guys. You might have to lower your head down. That'll be the much I'll take for now. Thank you guys for the explanation. Very brilliant explanations. I think you were all correct. But I think the person that came very much closest to the answer was it Sheikh? Sorry, I might not be able to pronounce that name well. Let me look for the name to be sure. The second person that answered, was it Shakira? Yeah, Shakira Bamiro. I think she came closest to the answer. Or she actually got the answer, right? But of course, the other answers are also very correct. So this is the funnel, and this is the see, think, do, care strategy, or the see, think, do, care marketing stages. Now, like she said, the very first stage is the C stage, which if you look at it, that's the biggest part of the funnel. See how big it is, see how wide it looks, right? That is the stage where a lot of customers are going to see your product, a lot of customers are going to see your service. That's when you keep putting out stops. So many people are going to see your product, so many people are going to see your service at the end of the day, right? Because you're putting out stuff for a lot of people to see. Everybody, like most people are going to see it, both those who are going to be interested at the end of the day and those who will not be interested at the end of the day, they're going to see your product or your service. Hadiza, do you want to ask a question? I believe you want to ask a question. Hadiza Abdullahi Shetima, do you want to ask a question? I guess it's not. All right, so the C stage is that big stage where everybody's gonna see your product or your service. Like they are seeing it, they just see it, right? They engage with it and stuff like that. That's a very big part of the funnel. Now, after this, many people have seen it. You see how the funnel now reduces. Of course, you know what the funnel is. The funnel is bigger at the top, and then as it goes down, it gets smaller. The next stage is the think stage. And if you look at the think stage, it reduces because not everybody who sees your product are going to think about your product. Not everyone who sees your services are going to start thinking about it, are going to think of, oh, let me patronize this person, let me, engage with this business or services. Right? So, excuse me. So not everyone who sees your product will start thinking about your product. So that's the think stage. Think stage is now where they now begin to think about your product. Those who have seen it, some people will now start considering it. They'll start thinking, okay, is this business going to solve my problem? Is it going to help me? So now, as a business person, you're helping people, or you're helping your customers or your target audience achieve two things. One, you're either helping them solve an immediate problem, that's one, or you are helping them to achieve a goal. You are helping them, or your product or service is going to help them achieve a particular goal. So you're either solving an immediate problem that they have, or you're going to help them achieve a particular goal. That's one. You are doing one of the two things, or the two at any point in time. So now the think stage, these people have started thinking about what they've seen. They started thinking about your product or your service. They started thinking, oh, is this product going to solve my problem? Is this product going to help me solve my build my business? Right? Is this product going to be good enough for me? Do I need this product? That's when they start having certain objections as well in their mind. Right? At this stage, you need to continue to put out stuff that are going to kill, that are going to handle those objections. Because the more things they see, the more it gets into their mind that okay, this product is for me. At that stage, you want to keep putting out more stuff. You want to keep telling them, oh, this is why you need this product. These are the reasons why you should actually get that product. These are the reasons why you should actually get our services. So now that's the think stage because they have started thinking about it. The next stage is now the do stage. Now, not everyone who thinks about your product or your service are going to take an action. The do stage is now where they take the action stage. Not everyone who thinks about your product or service will finally take action, right? Because some people will drop off along the way. One, either maybe they don't have money, they don't have the financial capacity to be able to, to be able to purchase that product or that service at that point in time, or they got discouraged by one thing or the other, or maybe they even had the funds, but then one way or the other, life happened and then it got off their hands. So many other reasons, right? Not everybody will now finally take action. So the do stage is where now the action is being taken, right? And then we have the final stage, which is the care stage. The care stage is now where you begin to show these people that you actually care for them so that they can become returning customers. Remember, loyal customers who became returning customers are not the case of your business. The care stage is now where you begin to show them that care. Oh, we care about you. Oh, we want to know how you're using our product. Even the big brands do it. Sometimes you see you buy a product and then they'll call you. Oh, how are you using the product? How is it? Is it working? Is it not working? At the care stage, you can be able to upsell and resell and cross-sell. Upselling is selling them another product that can help or that can supplement the product you've already sold to them. Right? Oh, you bought this this particular thing. If you use this one, it's going to help you or help you effectively use the first one you bought better. So you can upsell. You can cross-sell. You sell them a different product entirely because you care for them. They know that, oh, you care for them. Everybody wants to be taken care of at the end of the day. So that's where the stages come in. The C stage is where you're putting out stuff people are seeing, a lot of people are seeing, and then the think stage is where they now begin to think about what they have seen. And that's when you now need to put out more things. You need to put out more stuff. You want to ensure that you do not allow their objections to get the better part of them. You want to be able to handle those objections, right? You want to be able to handle those objections. What are the objections that they are having? What's the issue that they are having? Are they having objections? Is it this starts? You know, you have, of course, you must have envisaged all of this, and then you have to put them into consideration. The care stage, where you now care for them, where you show them that, oh, I care about you, right? That the do stage, rather, not the things after the thing stage is the do stage. Do stage where they take action. You don't want to be found. At this stage, they should not look for you. At this stage, you should be available and active because that's when they want to take action. Okay, and all of this can happen in quick succession, and sometimes it takes a while. Then the care stage is where you now show them that you care. Oh, you bought that product. How are you using it? Has it been good? Has it been bad? Have you been enjoying it? Did you have the best time using it? What are the issues that you have? And then from there, you can begin to upsell and cross-sell across products. And those are the stages of marketing online or this particular framework. We have another one we call the AIDA framework. I'm going to put that in the chat section. AIDA, some of us are already conversant with it, I'm sure. Some of us might be hearing it for the first time, the acronym. A stands for attention. Now this one works in copies a lot. I stands for interests. D stands for desire. And the last A stands for action. Attention, interest, desire, and action. I've just sent it to the chat. That's the next framework. Attention, interest, desire, and action. A, attention. It means that at the very first point, you have to capture the attention of your target market. You need to capture their attention. That's the very first thing you do. Attention grabbing. You have to grab their attention. If you don't grab their attention, you're not going to get anything from them. Now let's use you, for instance. You are scrolling through your Instagram feed. There are a lot of videos, a lot of content. The content that is able to grab your attention with the first few seconds of their video, that's the one you will stop to look at. True or true? True. If you are scrolling through Instagram now, you are scrolling through different feeds. You will now see one particular one that, oh, the attention, it just grabs your attention. You just saw one thing. You just saw something that grasps your attention. That's when you are going to stop. The first 10 seconds, it captured your attention, you will continue to watch it, right? So that's the first thing. You want to capture the attention of your audience. That's where headlines come in. That's where people put a lot of effort into the headlines. For email marketing, it's now the subject line. The very first thing that people see before they click the email. For video, the very first 5 seconds of the video, right? Is it attention grabbing enough? Does it grab the attention of the audience? That's how you see in films. You see that they put an interesting part before they start showing you credit and all. They'll first put a very interesting part of the video first, the movie first, right? Something that grabs your attention. Because you might just bump into the movie on the screen, and then you now saw the first part. If it captures your attention, you want to see the movie to the end. That's number one. Number two, the I now stands for interest, not number two, sorry. A is attention, I is interest. Now you need to keep them interested. After you've captured their attention, are they going to be interested in what you want, what you're saying, what you're selling? Would they be interested? Can you keep them interested? Right? If we're going back to the part of video again, a video grasps your attention with the very first few seconds, and then you started watching. And after the first 5 seconds or the first 10 seconds of the video, you started seeing what you're no longer interested in. What's the next thing you do? You swipe, right? If it doesn't capture your attention, you swipe. Now you finally capture the attention, and you now check, and it doesn't interest you after the first 10 seconds. It's no longer interesting. What do? You swipe. Or you've watched to a certain point, it's no longer interesting. You do what? You swipe. So that's the next thing. You need to build interest. You've successfully captured the attention of your target market or your target users. Next thing now is that you need to build interest, right? You need to build interest, right? The next is desire. The D stands for desire. You've captured their attention successfully. You've built their interest. They're now interested. They've sat down. They are glued to their phone. They are glued to their screen. They want to, they're not interested in what you're putting out, right? After they have been interested, are they going to desire your product? Are they going to desire your service? Will they desire what you're selling? Do they want it? Do they want to have it? That's when you can say you've successfully done a good job. You've captured their attention. You've grasped their interest. Are they going to desire it? Oh, I captured their attention. An attention-grabbing headline can be how I scored. Okay, let's not use goals. How an old woman, or however, just headlines I can say maybe something like how a 70-year-old granny walks so straight like a 20-year-old baby, like a 20-year-old young lady. It's like an attention-grabbing headline because someone that is 70-year-old is very much known that this person is supposed to be bending, probably walking down, bending their shoulders like someone who is old, their waist is long, and all of those stuff. And then you're seeing something that is a headline that's telling you that how a 70-year-old granny now walks so straight, you think she's a 20-year-old young lady. You want to find out how is that even possible? And then you begin to go through maybe whatever they have, whatever they read, maybe reading or write or watching, whatever. And then they begin to take you down, make you feel interested, probably tell you a story or whatever. Stories always build interest a lot. And then they now begin to go down to how she was able to now achieve this, maybe a particular product. And they tell you all of the benefits and all that entails with the product. The next thing is the desire. Are you going to desire it? Oh, I love this product. I think I want to buy it for my grandma. I want to buy it for my old mom who is beginning to get aged and all of those stuff. That's the desire. Can you help people desire your product after they have been interested? And then the last one is now action. This one, of course, is that you have to give them a clear call to action that they have to take. This one, sometimes it might not be in your power to actually make them take action. But if you've been able to do the first three right, then the last one shouldn't be a problem. Here they now take action, right? The action part is where you now give them a clear call to action. What do you want them to do? Do you want them to sign up? Do you want them to call you? Do you want them to send you a message? What is that thing that you want them to do directly? That's why you now give them that particular action. So that's the AIDA framework. You have the attention, you have to capture the attention, you have to build interest, you have to ensure that they desire your product, and then you give them a clear call to action to take action. Like I said, the action part sometimes might not be in your control. And because some people, maybe they might not have money, they've gotten through all of this one, but they don't have the financial listing for it at the moment, or one thing or the other that might be out of your control. But then it is your job to handle those objections. It's your job to handle those objections. It's your job to make them feel like if they don't buy this thing now, they are missing out on something, such that they might even want to go and borrow money to buy it. It can happen sometimes, right? So that's the AIDA. We've looked at attention, interest, desire, and action. Then we looked at the first one, which is the see, think, do, care framework. Do you understand, guys? And so a lot of people are complaining about their batteries going down. Power issues, and someone says she's going for another meeting in next factory by 1. I don't know. Oh, I think I know with Kingsley. I think it's that with Kingsley. I'm all right. Okay. The next thing I want to tell us is the different audience type when you're marketing. These ones are not on this. They're not on this slide, but they are very important things that you need to know. The audience type, right? What are the different audience type? You have been on the course since 10 a.m. Sheila Shaitu. Yes, you've been on the course since 10 a.m. We took a 40 minutes break. The class is supposed to be 5 hours. Supposed to end by 2, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's the class time. And then there's supposed to be a 30 minutes break, but I give 40 minutes. Let's be patient. Thank you. Now I want to tell us the different audience type that we have. I'm going to type it again in the chat session. We have the unaware audience. I'm going to chat type it and send. The unaware audience type, and I'm going to explain them in detail, just like I did for the AIDA framework. We have the problem aware, OBLEM, problem aware audience. We have the problem aware, solution aware audience, or market, however you put it. And then we have the problem aware multiple solution aware audience. All right, great. I've sent it. We have the problem unaware audience type, the problem aware audience type, the problem aware solution aware audience type, and then the problem aware multiple solution aware audience type. You might be wondering what this means. Now, unaware audience. These are the guys that don't even know they have a problem, or unaware, unaware audience or segment of the audience. Almost every business has this particular set of audiences, so pay attention to it, please, so that you don't lose track of what it means. The unaware audience are people that they are not even aware they have a problem. They are unaware of their problem. I'll give you an instance. I use myself. Aproko doctor, I used to follow him. And there was a time that he did the color of urine thing. How many of us remember that content? I sure some of us remember that content. Where he was showing us the different color of urine in 3 different bottles. The main color of urine, what it should look like, the color of urine when you are lacking dehydration, when you lack water, or when you don't drink enough water, and what it can cause. And then the color when you have too much water in your system. And it was like, this is the best color. And all this while I used to think that the one that is pure white is good. Your urine is clean, it's clear. You're drinking enough water. Meanwhile, I didn't know that is not even the correct color. So at that point, I was an unaware audience, right? I was unaware of that as a problem. I'll give you another instance. The one of hot dog. Remember? Who follows Aproko Doctor? Who knows how his content go? I'm sure some of us do. If you remember the hot dog content, I never knew that He did it with shawarma. Now, eating hot dog in excess quantity was a problem. At that stage, I was in the unaware audience. I did not know that hot dog was a problem, even though I still eat it because I need to hear something. But I did not know that hot dog was a problem. Another one was this turning of neck. That one that people do neck crack, crack. I used to do it a lot, even till now. Because I know that I need to hear what God will help me. Right? Like it made us understand that turning the neck left and right and cracking it up, that it can be a problem because there are tiny vessels on the neck that that turning of the neck can actually constrict those vessels and damage it and stuff like that. I was not aware. So at that point, I was an unaware audience type. And in your business, you might also have the unaware audience that don't even know that this particular thing that they have is a problem. I don't even know that them not having this particular thing is a problem. And then those people, you might want to, educate them on that kind of problems. Now we have the problem-aware audience type. Now this set of audience are the ones that are aware that they have a problem, but they do not know the solution to their problem. They are aware they have a problem, but they don't know the solution, right? That's the second audience type. Problem-aware, but they don't know the solution, right? We get that. Then we have the problem-aware, solution-aware audience type. Now these guys, they are aware that they have a problem. They are aware that there is a solution, but they do not know which solution to use. So the other one was problem-aware audience. They knew they have a problem, but they don't know the solution, right? For instance, now you might have a problem. Maybe something happens to her, like you call somebody, maybe a friend or somebody, and say, guy, offer. This is so thing they do me, but I don't know what thing the thing be. You know that this thing they have is a problem, right? But you don't know if there's a solution. You know what thing I feel use, where the thing go, all those kind of questions, and then they begin to provide you a solution. So at that point, you're not unaware of a problem. You know that okay, this thing I have is a problem, but you don't know the solution to that particular problem. Now that's the second audience type. They are the problem-aware, solution-aware audiences. Maybe you just discover that I have a problem, and then you go online and then you start seeing plenty solution for that particular problem. So you don't know which particular one to use. That's now the third segment of audience. Let me just be explaining. The unaware, you are trying to educate. The unaware audience, your job is to educate them about their problem, right? Educate them about their problem, majorly. The problem-aware audience type, those sort of people, the job there is to ensure that you tell them that, okay, yes, you know your problem and this is the solution for you. This is the solution to your problem. So they don't start running around looking for another solution. The problem-aware, solution-aware audience is now where you're trying to emphasize to these ones that your solution is the best solution that they should use. And your solution is a solution that they should use amongst all the ones that they have seen in the market, right? That is where you now have to do the trick. Then we have the last one, which is of them all. The problem-aware, multiple solution-aware audience. These are the people that give the most headache because these ones already, they know they have a problem. These ones, they already know, this is not, should not even be multiple solution-aware. It should be multiple solution used because they know they have a problem. They have used solution in the past. They have used multiple solutions in the past, and they have not still gotten the permanent solution to that problem. So these ones, they are very, very difficult. It's hard not to crack because they know what you want to tell them. They have heard it several times. So why should they trust your own solution over the other ones that they have used in the past? What makes your own different from what they have used in the past that they should be able to use your own? Because they have used other things before and the thing did not work. So why would your own be different? Now, this part of the difficult part. This is the part where people where people give all different offers, all those very smooth offers, right? For people that are doubting Thomas like this, okay, you are doubting, right? And we're telling you our own is the best. Take a sample. We are going to give you a sample to use for free. When you use the sample, if for free, we are not going to charge you. After the sample, if you like it, the next one you're going to pay. Or you have the one where they give you money back guarantee. Okay, we're going to give you our product. You can buy the product, but then you have a money back guarantee within certain number of days. If it doesn't work, you send it back to us and we'll refund you back your money. So that's why you now see people give all of these, offers to this kind of people because they are the most difficult part of audience to contain. right? So these are the different audience parts that you have as or for your business, and they are most likely in almost every segment of the business. We get that part, right? Clear? Clear. All right. All right, clear. Okay. All right. So those are the things you want to know. Like these are some of the foundational things that you should know, or we all need to know. Because jumping into the market is quite easy, but knowing these foundational things and knowing how to approach them tactically are what you really, really, really need to know. Right? These are the things you really definitely need to know about, and how you can be able to approach your different markets and the different audience type that you have in your market. Is there any question? I want to move on to something else so I can begin to wrap up for today. All right. Okay, silence means no questions. Okay, that's good. We're following quite all right. That's good. Now remember, we made mention of Stella. You have a question? Okay. All right. So now we made mention of knowing your target audience or your target market, right? Which is here. Now we looked at the different frameworks of the business. We've looked at the different audience awareness level or audience awareness type. Yeah, okay, someone is asking a question. Stella is asking, how are we supposed to address the different types of audience? I just explained already how you're supposed to address it. I already explained that now, right? So the thing is that sometimes a single content can address all of this. It must not be different content. It can address all of this in the single content. Except for the unaware audience, your job is to explain to them that this is their problem, right? That's what you should do for those ones. That trying to let them know that this thing they have is a problem, making them aware of the problem, taking them from the unaware place to a place of awareness that they have a problem, right? That's what you do for those ones. Then with the problem aware people, you are trying to the problem aware, they're only problem aware, they don't know the solution. You're trying to let them know that, oh, this is the solution that's available for this particular problem that they have. And then of course the solution you're presenting to them is your own, right? Then the third set is the problem aware, solution aware. Now those ones, they already know they have a problem, they know there's a solution, but they don't know which one to use. Sorry, excuse me. Your job there is to let these ones understand that your solution is the best solution for them to use. So they have gone through online, they have gone to see so many different solutions, they don't know which one to use. Now your own job there is to make them know that your own is the particular solution that they should use, and as your own, and why your own should stand out for them. Then the last set of audience, which are the most strong part of audience, which is multiple solution aware, like they've used multiple solutions, but they've not been able to get a solution to their problem. Those ones are quite difficult to impress because they've used everything. Those ones now are more of the show them action. So let them use it, right? Maybe that's why I said that's what some people do. Give them a sample they use for free, and then they buy the remaining later, or they give them money back guarantee, whatever offer. Those ones you now give them offers that will kill down that objection, offers that will make them trust and say, okay, let me just try the product and let me see, right? And then it works for them, and then you have that particular market at your disposal. So that is what I said you can do for a different audience awareness level in your market. All right. I think that has been established. Let's go. So yes, we talked about understanding your target market, and that if you do not understand your target market, you will end up putting out things that are irrelevant to your audience. And I mentioned 3 ways that you can be able to research your target market. Someone give me the 3, please, very fast. Remind me the three different ways I said I started from the one that should be that's the most that's the best to the one that's like a substitute, and then the final one that everybody can use. Okay, remind me really quickly. Somebody should admit. I will call somebody randomly. Elizabeth Briggs, are you there? Can you remember? Just attempt. This must not be correct. Elizabeth Briggs, are you there? His name is Elizabeth. Are you from Bonny in River State or Calabari? Ah, you're not there. Okay. No one wants to give me the answer. I move. But yeah, now I'm not going to say it. Now we want to look at the last one which I mentioned, right? Which is creating a survey that you're going to send out to your target market. That's the last one. The question was, I mentioned three things. I said, someone was asking me that I didn't get the question. I mentioned three things on how you can be able to research your target market when you want to research your target market. I've just mentioned the last one. What are the first two for researching your target market? Finally, the hand is up. Okay, yes.
So the question was not clear initially. The first one is when you do one-on-one with them, as in you cited an example of if you have you want to make drugs or something for people who have diabetes, you have to know their pain points and all that. So you meet with them on one-on-one to know how you can actually reach them. Then if you can't do that, you can go to their community, maybe on Facebook, where we have community of people with that particular problem. So you listen to them because obviously they're going to be sharing their pain points in that community. And the third one is to do a survey to find out.
Thank you, Olajumoke, for bailing us. You've bailed all of us. Thank you. Yes, those are the three things. Please take notes, guys. Those are the three ways I mentioned. And now I'm going to walk us through the last one, which is what we want to do, which is creating a survey. Survey is quite easy. The survey is where you now try as much as use. The survey is where you, you're giving them a survey to fill out in place of, since you can't meet them one-on-one or meet people one-on-one to ask them physically, you're now sending out a survey with relevant questions that you can ask them that will help them, that can help you know who your target markets are and make an informed decision on what you want to do with that particular target market that you're targeting, right? And there are various ways you can do your survey, but we are going to use the simplest of them all, which is a Google form. Now, people use different survey types. There are different survey platforms. There is SurveyMonkey. Some people even use HubSpot. So whatever you use, right? So you can always achieve the same result. But we are going to be using the one that is easiest and that everybody can use. We're going to be using a Google form to be able to achieve this. How many of us know what a Google form is or are conversant with a Google form? Who has used a Google form before? Okay.
Yes, I have.
All right. Some people are actually conversant with it. I know some people will not be. Because the class is here to carry everybody along. Class is here to carry everybody along, both those who have and those who have not. Right now, the trick in it is not the form itself, it's about how you ask the questions, how you ask relevant questions that you might have used it before, right? You know how to use it, but then the next one is asking the right questions or knowing the kind of questions that you're going to use that will not put off your target market or put off your audience, and that will ensure that they actually fill that particular form that you're putting out. So let's see what we can do. I'm going to change sharing of my screen, and I'm going to pick another screen to share. Nice. Let me know where you can see my new screen. I have to be very fast with this one. Next 30 minutes, we should be done. Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
All right. So
Yes, sir.
for this now, we are going to open a new tab. I'm going to be opening a new tab, and I'm going to be trying to let's practicalize this together. We're going to do this together, but we're going to be fast. So this is a new window, a new tab, a new window, however it's called, on Chrome browser. Now, if you're using a smartphone, you might not really see it this way. So you might just want to type google.com and then you have it. But when you open a new window in your Chrome browser, you will have, it's still loading, sorry, let it load finish. Takes a longer time to load. I think the network is a bit bad. So first is that you open this particular window, which is the Chrome browser. It has come up. And then for those who are using a smartphone, you might not see this on your Chrome browser once you open it if you're using Chrome. So you might also want to type google.com, and then you will have this particular stuff that we have here at the top is more like a dot or circle in 9 places. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 9. And then the form is square. So if you click on it, you're going to see the different Google apps. My own is still loading. Excuse me. Sorry. Let me refresh the page because the Google apps are supposed to appear there. Now the Google apps are the different apps that you can use on Google, or the different Google apps that are available by Google, provided for you, which includes the Google Forms. Or you can simply go to forms.google.com. I don't know which one works, but I think this is a better way because it makes your job easier. No, I can't find it again. All right. So I just click on this. I had to type google.com because these people are crazy. Let me drag this to the bottom of my screen, stopping my block, my site. So for those that are using phone, you could say I just type google.com and then I still have this here, right? I don't know why it's taking everlasting to load. Okay. So yeah, finally it opens up. So you find the Google apps here. You can see the different Google apps. You can see accounts, Google Search, Google Business Profile, that's Google My Business, YouTube, Maps, Play Store, Gmail, Google Meet, Google Drive, Gemini, which is Google's own AI, Google Photos. Everything about Google, right, is here. Those are assets that Google has, including password manager, analytics, and all. But what we're looking for is Google Forms, which is what we have here. You just see forms at the bottom. So you just scroll down and you look for forms. So this is how you access it for the very first time if you've not accessed it before. If you're not conversant with it, right? You go to where you have forms and then you click on forms. So if I click on forms, it's going to open up forms. So let's give it some time. So this is forms, right? And if you look at it, you're going to see, it's still loading, although it's still loading, right? You're going to see here that I have, there are templates that they have already designed. You can see it's already written at the top, template gallery. You can see blank form if you want to start from scratch. You can see contact information. If you just want to collect people's contact information, you can see t-shirt sign up. All of this, you can just edit them to suit your own style. There's RSVP for booking of reservations and stuff. There's party invite if you want to invite people to a party, and all of those other templates that they have, cool templates that they already have that already exist based on what Google has already provided. Why? Okay. Now, if you look down, you're going to see other forms. If you look down here, you're going to see forms, other Google forms that have been created, right? These ones were created in class, just like this, prioritizing healthy meals for healthy living. Let's understand the real estate. All of these were created in class. So that one's okay, they are different. But these two were created in class sometime last week and week before last. So you can see other forms here, the ones that you can access and the ones that I have, right? Now you want to create your own form from scratch. That's what we want to do. Once you create something from scratch, so we'll just go to blank form and we'll click on blank form. And I'll click on blank form. It's going to open up a new form for us, right? So this is where you now start creating your Google form or your own survey, right? So first things first is you title the survey. So what business are we going to be doing it for? That's the very first thing you have to think about. Of course, it has to be from your business. Then you now title the form relevant to the business. So what are we going to be doing a survey on? Something very simple that we can quickly do something on. Any ideas? Simple, but not so simple. Cake business. From you have come with your cake business. Okay. Detergent. I will go with cake business if detergent is the other option. Any other options? Customer review. Customer review is when you already had a customer that has bought something from you. That one is quite easier. I want us to do something that you just want to know about your target market. You don't really know the target market in the first place. You want to know about them for the first time. Packaged food stuff. Packaged food stuff. Okay. I like that packaged food stuff. Gluten-free bread. Eye clinic. Let's go with that packaged food stuff. I think it's a bit different, but let's see what we can achieve with it. So let's see packaged food stuff. Definitely, of course, you're going to find similarities from here. So let's just do with that. But we're not going to call it packaged food stuff. We're going to call it something different, right? You make it sound foreign in a way. Tush. So we'll say something like this. We'll title this form. Now, the title is not the name of the business. The title should be something that should help them. If you check the ones that we looked at that time, I don't know where is it, or we've closed it. The title should be something that, helps them understand that you're not doing this to just get their information. You're doing this to, help them while you're helping yourself, right? You're using it to help them. So it can be, packaged food stuff is about food. So it can be something like, let's see, let's see, it's about food. So let's use this. Not understanding. Let's call it okay. Let's say keeping up with healthy meals. Off the top of my head, I'm not so sure I would use this in a different scenario, but just so we move on, I think it works for me. Keeping up with healthy meals. Now, next thing is you give them a description. Description is let them know what they are filling out. If I see a form, keeping up with healthy meals, I want to understand what am I filling this form for, right? So let me understand it. So the next thing is now where you give them description. So I can simply type something like, this survey is intended is the right word, yes, to understand how you take or how you keep up with eating healthy meals even in okay, not even healthy meals in situations. How you eat healthy meals, right? Especially with the advent of quick foods, right? And then you can give a disclaimer, right, to let them know that their information is safe, right? So I can simply say /b all information or all information, like a disclaimer, you provide is strictly confidential and would not be divulged. Divulge is a very big word, but let's use it. Divulge to any third party without your approval. Okay, just to keep it simple, right? So we're telling them that, listen, we want to get your information. We want to find out, especially in a period of inflation. Thank you. In this period or in a period of inflation. I don't know. Although the questions will determine what that will even be at the end of the day. But let's use that one. I think I like the inflation. I don't know, but I just like it. I think it just works. Okay, so now let's look at this. We have this as our questions that we want to ask. So this is where you now start asking the questions. First question first. Now, if you want to ask a question, of course, number one is there. Now, before I ask the question, I want us to look at the options that we have. We have multiple choice. We have checkboxes. We have drop down. We have file upload. Let's start with short answer. What is short answer? Short answer is option where they are going to type an answer, but the answer is going to be short. So where you want them to type 2 words or 3 word answers, very short answers. For instance, maybe your location, right? Instead of putting the whole location in Nigeria or the whole 36 states, you can just type location and then put short answer. So they should just put their location, maybe Lagos, maybe Port Harcourt, maybe Island, Victoria Island, Lagos. So just short word answers. You don't expect them to put their entire address, just location. Those are short answers. Then we have paragraph. Paragraph is now when you want them to do an explanation, when they need to maybe express themselves, give you explanation, right? That is now where we have paragraph. Then we have multiple choice. Multiple choice is like the one you have option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4, option 5, but you can choose only one option. That's multiple choice. So they have the right to choose just one option. So if I say, what is your name? Or what is, okay, let's say I'm using a reader now. What is the name of Obi's father? Right? And then I put number 1, no, A, Emeka, B, Ibrahim, C, Sherifat, D. If they have read the book, they can now simply choose one option, which is Emeka or Ibrahim or whatever Obi's father's name is. Right? That's now multiple choice. Check boxes is when you have multiple options, but you can pick more than one. So when you have multiple options, like multi-choice, but this time you can pick more than one. So for instance, I ask you, how do you like to take your meals? Right? And then I put option A, hot, option B, cold, option C, warm, option D with this. So some people can take anyhow, so they can tick all of them. That's now check boxes. Drop down is more like you're not going to see the options, right? But when you click on the drop down, you will now find the various options that you can now take, right? File upload is when you want to upload a file. So you can upload a file. You want to upload a picture, upload an image, upload a video, you want them to upload whatever, right? Linear scale is where you want to give them an option to put on a linear scale. So you can say on a scale of 1 to 5, on a scale of 1 to 10, on a scale of 1 to 5, how difficult was it for you to do this? They can now say, okay, number 5. On a scale of this, right? So that's linear scale. Rating, this is new. I've not used it before, but I think my understanding of it is to give you a rating of something, right? I might not go deep in. Then these other ones, we most likely don't use them. Multiple choice grid, checkbox grid. The same thing with multiple choice.
The difference is it's going to be in a grid format. So multiple choice, instead of it being in list like this, option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4, it will be in grid format, meaning option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4, right? Just like that, instead of being in a list. Same thing with checkbox. And then there's date and time for them to put date and time. So you just need to understand what these options are. So let's go down to the questions immediately. So what do you think should be the first question? First question. What do you think should be the first question? Somebody give me an option. Name. Shakira Bamiro says name. Who agrees? Who agrees? Name should be the first option. Email. Adedoyin says email. Any other person? Any other option? Age brackets. Location. Email. I disagree with email and name because it's too personal. Yes, you need to start with demographic information first, but email and name, I completely disagree with it because it's too personal. It's as if you want to get their information. That's not what we want. So yes, some people have suggested gender. So I will go with gender. Number 1, gender. Right? Option A, gender. Or I can start with location, whichever one. But I'll prefer to start with gender. And it's going to be a multiple choice. So I'll put here male. Option B, female. Option C, prefer not to say. Abi? That's what they call her. Right? If it's another country, now you know now, you can add other, there are so many gender now. Right? There is, there are the various gender now, you get it. So you can add the other gender options. Now there's required. Look at this thing called required. If I tick this on, it means that they must fill out this answer before they move to the next question. And I will want to tweak this on. And if you don't turn it on, it means that it's not going to be compulsory for them to fill out that particular option. And I always advise that this particular required, do not ever turn it on when you give them a paragraph answer where they need to explain, because they don't owe you that explanation. They are doing you a favor in a way. Right? So you shouldn't bug them with trying to give you big explanation. So you shouldn't on this when you're asking them those kind of questions. Thank you. So that's number 1, gender. Option. The next question is location. Do we need it? Maybe. You have to ask relevant questions, right? So location should be short answer. Let them just tell you the location. Except you want to use a drop down where you now list the 36 states and capital, 36 states rather, and then they pick the one that they want. So I'll just tick that on, required again. Option C, we've talked about gender, we've talked about location. What's the next thing? What's the next thing? Do you need occupation? Do we want the occupation? Maybe we can add occupation. So you know the kind of occupation that the people are doing. Now most likely eat packaged foods. We've thought occupation. Age range, thank you. Yes, age range. Age range, I think age range should come first before occupation. So we'll go with age range. So the age range now is going to be a multiple choice. A multiple choice, and then we now put the age range. So let's say 20 to 29 or 30. Let's say 20 to 29. Let's do that. Let's start from 20 to 29. People that have purchasing power. We can now start 30 to 39, 40 to 49, 50 to 59, and then 60 above. End it there, right? 60 and above. We've gotten the age range, which is very, very important. Thank you for reminding me that. Yeah, age range. We looked at occupation, we looked at age range. No, we don't need tribe. Range of income. Yes, range of income is good, but that's also dependent on what you are selling, or what your product is. But the next thing I will most likely add might be occupation. Occupation might also give you the range of income. when you look at the occupation of someone, you might know how much they most likely earn. It can give you an idea, right? So let's just say occupation. So you know the people that are most likely like packaged food. Let's just say occupation, and then we'll end it with that particular aspect. So let's change that to a short answer. Now notice how I'm adding a new question. This is where I'm adding a new question. Look at the plus sign, add question. So I just simply add question, right? So now we've asked 3 demographic questions. That's enough for us. Now we want to dive straight into the main thing. The main things which are, sorry, it's raining here. I hope you guys can still hear me. The main things which are the main question you want to ask. So first things first can be how do you prefer your foodstuffs? Right? How do you prefer your foodstuff? We can now say something like, this one now will not be multiple choice. I think it should be checkbox because some people might like multiple ones. So somebody give me options. I know number 1 is fresh. I don't know. Number 2 is what? Do they have dried foodstuffs?
Who's
that person? I thought somebody was giving me an option. Yeah, processed. Thank you. Ishola, processed, frozen. Frozen. Okay, frozen. Okay.
Microwaved.
Microwave. Microwave is not where you've cooked it already. I'm talking about the food stuff now itself, I think. Smoked. Smoked. Okay, smoked. I don't know the options. My own, if I see the thing I cook, right? Okay. So we've asked them these questions. And then we've given them, look at how it's a checkbox, right? Fresh is raw now. The same thing. Fresh and raw should be the same thing. Canned is packaged. So let's say canned / packaged. Let's put it together. Grilled, same thing. Okay, so we have them, right? So they can pick more than one option because it is now a multiple choice question. Now we've asked them that one. The next one we're going to ask them should be what? The next one we're supposed to ask them should be what? We've asked how did you prefer your foodstuff? Now let's ask them questions relating to what we want. So we are now more on packaged food. So you can now ask them, how often do you purchase packaged foodstuffs? See how we immediately dive into what we want. We just let the groundwork first, and then we ask how often do they get packaged foodstuffs, right? And then we can now go with option 1, daily, right? Option 2, weekly. Option 3, monthly. Option 4, never, because it's foodstuff. So it's not about more yearly. Or let's say 6 months or 3 months, I don't know. I don't know, let's say 6 months interval or 3 months interval. Let's use 6 months interval. And then the last one, we can now say never. Notice how the questions are going. That's the most important part. Notice how quarterly, okay, yes, monthly, quarterly, thank you. Let's use quarterly. Quarterly is 3 months. Yeah, and then never. Notice how the dimension of the questions are going. We first laid the groundwork or the foundation before we now went into how often they want to purchase their foodstuffs. Gender, location, age range, how do they prefer their foodstuff? How often do they purchase packaged foodstuff? Because you want to know, since you're for packaged foodstuff, right? Then you can now ask. I saw a question on the chat section. The question was if they have any dietary restrictions. That's a very brilliant question to ask. Very brilliant question to ask. Let's say, do okay, let's ask this. Let's ask it this way. Are there any foods foodstuff you prefer not to consume? Okay, are there any packaged foodstuffs you prefer not to consume? Yeah, let's use it this way. You prefer not to consume, question mark. And option 1 is yes, option 2 is no, option 3 is maybe. Notes, right? Now, the next question, a leading question from the first one. A leading question from the first one. This will now cover these food allergies that people are asking now. This one now will be, if yes, comma, now there's a clause. If yes, what food, which is it and why? And why? Then you give this one as a long answer text. Notice how I fuse two things in one, right? Are there any packaged foodstuff you prefer not to consume? Yes. Okay, I said yes. Which packaged foodstuffs do I not want to consume? I will now say maybe bread. No, not bread. I don't know. Whatever packaged foodstuff. Let's say assume bread. And why? Why would you prefer not to consume bread? Somebody cannot explain. Because I am allergic to bread in waterproof, or because I prefer it to be like this, or because I prefer this, that. I don't know if you understand. Or because I have had or somebody can say, I've had a bad experience where I bought a packaged product like this and the thing turned out to be like this. So this point now, you are listening to the explanation. Take this as though it's a point where you are conversing with them. You know, when you're asking somebody questions, there's a part where you allow them to give you explanations, where they have to tell you, okay, this is what I like, and this is what I don't like. And then they give you explanation. So that's what this particular paragraph is about. Which foodstuff do you prefer not to consume and why? They can list as many as they don't want and why, because the paragraph text can contain all of this explanation. And please note, this one, you are not going to leave it as required. I can turn on the rest required, but I will not turn it required because they do not owe me that explanation. I am trying to wrap up the form now because I've already gotten the valuable questions I wanted to get from them. Someone asked a question, how about quantity range? Okay, that's also a brilliant question to ask. I think it should come after, but how do we ask the question now? In what quantity do you, because it has to be an optional question. If you want to ask them about quantity, now do you want to ask them, in what quantity do you purchase or consume packaged foods, right? Large quantity, medium quantity, low quantity, right? Okay, so let's add that. I think I like that. So I'm going to add it here after how often do you purchase foodstuff. So I'm going to click and add a new question here. So I can now ask, in what quantity would you say you consume or consume packaged food stuffs? Question mark. Short answer text, no. Option 1, large quantity. Right? Quantity, what did I spell? Quantity. Option B, medium quantity. Option C, small quantity. Option D, I don't, never or none. Yeah, let's say none. Makes my work easier, right? So I've successfully asked them the quantity they consume. I've now asked them if there are any foodstuffs. So I want to know what kind of food stuff that people do not even want to be in package at all. And then I've now asked them the reason why they prefer or why they will not want to have that food stuff in package, and they can explain their reason. This if yes, which is it and why, contains a lot of things. It contains if they've had a bad experience before. I would have said, ask them if they've had a bad experience with packaged foodstuffs in the past. But this one already contains, because they can explain, yes, because I had a bad experience with this particular one, or so and so. So I do not think I want to add that question again. But that's going to be at your discretion. You can decide to still add a question like that. Have you had any bad experiences with packaged foodstuff in the past? If yes, what was it? And so they now give you explanation, right? But this particular question, I think, covers for that, so I will not add it again. I want to wrap up. Now, I want to add a linear scale question so that we can wrap up. I can now say on a scale, which is what I could have done here, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being the highest, or 1 to 5, with 1 being the lowest and 5 being the highest, how much would you say you consume packaged food stuff? That's what we should do here. I think I should change that. I'm going to change it to something else. That's what we should do here, where we add this quantity. Let's make it a linear scale. So I can say on a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being the least and 5 being the highest, comma, how much would you say you prefer or you consume packaged foodstuffs? Hold up, guys, I'm trying to wrap up. So this is now a linear scale. I'll convert this to a linear scale, 1 to 5. They will just choose the option and you will see it, right? I'm trying to wrap up now. Now, if yes, which is it and why? Now, I want to wrap up with this. I want to subtly introduce my own product. Subtly. I don't know, in a very subtle manner, right? Very subtle manner. I can now say something like, would you be open to trying a refined packaged food stuff devoid of errors you might have encountered in the past? Question mark. Yes, no, maybe. See how I'm trying to subtly introduce my own product to find out if they will want to actually get my own product that I am offering them. And then the last question, the last option now will now be where you now maybe want to take their contact, right? If yes, comma, kindly provide your contact detail so we not your contact details so you will be the first to know once it becomes available. Now, in a very subtle way, I have asked them to provide their contact detail, making it seem optional. This thing is quite psychological because I have kind of played with their intelligence from start. I said it very softly, just wanting minimal questions. Just give me options. I don't want to stress you, right? Give them options. Don't stress them. Ask them with options. Then slowly go into what you want to ask, which is about packaged food stuff. Of course, those questions might be more, but your stuff doesn't have to be long. And then if yes, where you now give them an option to give you explanation because you need to have that explanation. Even if it is just one, you just need one paragraph of explanation that allows them to state the problem that they have faced. So you have an idea of the problems that they have faced, right? Like this, my question now covers it. I would have asked, if this question was not here, I would have asked something like, have you had a bad experience with packaged foodstuff in the past? And then I can give them yes, no, maybe. And if they, I will now go back with the next question. If yes, what was your experience? And then they give me their experience. But this question covers that because I've already asked them if there are any packaged foodstuffs they prefer not to consume. If yes, which is it and why? Some of them can give me their experience. I don't like packaged foodstuff. Some of them can say, oh, I consumed one in the past like that, and it was so terrible, this or that, right? And then you give them that option to be able to express themselves, which is what I have done here. And if yes, and then I then went down to now quietly collect their phone numbers or collect their details, which is most likely their email and their phone number, or whichever one that I want. You can simply state it here. If yes, kindly provide your email if you want to reach them via email. If you want to reach them via phone, you can simply ask them to send their phone number. Maybe you want to send bulk SMS, however you want to do it. But then you have subtly taken their details without you badgering them from the start with personal information like name, phone number, and the rest. You don't even want that. Like, you don't need it at all. You just need it towards the end. I think that is where I'll end the form. I try to make it very as short as possible, and because we're trying to beat time. I think I've already beaten the time. Oh, damn. Right? So this is where we'll end the survey. Now, when you send this out, if you want to send this out, what you have to do is you come down to this send. Where is the send? You come down to send where you have send here. Right? Now you want to send this to general public. You come to send, and then you come here where you can see email. If you have the email addresses of people, that's when you can send that. But we want to send it to general public, so we need a link. So we'll come to send. We'll come to this place where you see this stuff. That's where you have link. You click on it, and it's going to show you the link. It's a long link, but you don't need this link because the link is too long, right? So you come to shorten URL. It will shorten the URL for you, the link, and then you simply copy it, and then you send out the link with a message of what you want them to do. So I can simply send the link by saying, hi, comma, we are, or I am whatever. I am trying to find out how much people prefer to consume, just off the top of my head, packaged foodstuffs. Kindly fill out this quick survey to let me know how, or to let us know, not me, how often you consume yours. It will only take 5 minutes of your time, right? Because people don't want to waste time. People don't have time. So you want to let them know that it will not take their time. And then you drop the link. Yes, thanks. And then I can send it. Now I've successfully carved out a message. Your message can be better. And then I've put out my form, and they can then fill it out, and then I get responses. I've just put it on your chat section. For anybody who wants to fill that out, you can just quickly fill it out. Is there any question for me on this? Do you guys understand what I just did?
Yes, sir.
Who does not understand? All right, your attendance link, I'm just pasting it in the chat section now. So you can feed the attendance while anybody that has questions could ask. Who does not understand, you can ask a question. You don't understand anything, don't be shy. Ask a question. You don't understand what happened. There's one part you did not understand how the question went. You don't understand how to create this particular option. Let me know. The trick is not really in the creating of the options or stuff. The trick is mainly in how you ask the questions, what dimension you take the questions, what you want the questions to look like. Please fill the attendance. I've dropped the attendance in the chat session so you can start filling it out. Did I save the form? This form saves automatically. Yeah, the form saves automatically. How do you access the link? Like, how did I get the form online? How do you mean, how did I get the form online? How did I get the form online as per the link I sent for the form, or how did I access the form? Gongo, which one do you mean? Help me understand. You can unmute if you're free to unmute. So if you're talking about the form link, you have to come here to send and get the form link. Send, right? When you go to send, you can see send via email, there's link. So you just go to link, you shorten the URL, and then you copy the link and paste, and then paste it to wherever you want to paste it to for people to fill out. So I can make these ones compulsory. So I didn't make all of these options compulsory. Anybody can fill out the form for me. So you can see the response here. I can pick this one compulsory. I can make occupation compulsory. How do I prefer fresh foods? I can make this compulsory. I can also make this compulsory, right? And then you have them there. Oh, the Google part before filling out the form. You simply go to google.com, right? If you open a new tab on Google, like this, I showed us now. If you open a new tab on Google like this, right? You come here, you can see this Google Apps for the person that just asked the question. If you click on Google Apps, you scroll down, and then you see Forms, Google Forms, and you click on it. When you click on it, it's going to open Google Forms for you, right? And then you start doing your form. You can see blank form, right? And then I started my form from scratch by clicking on blank form, and I could access it. So that's how I was able to access the forms directly. Any other questions? You can also customize your form. So if I come to customize theme, if I click on that, I can change the text, I can change the color and all of those other stuff, but those ones are not big deal. You can add an image to the header, right? Maybe an image to the top. For instance, if I choose image, if I click on choose image, they have images that they already have designed. So I want to add an image to the top of the form. I can click on choose image and select a new header. You can upload your own if you have. So I'm waiting for their images to load. Right. So I can pick any of these things and put at the top of my form. If it works, if it doesn't work, then there's no need for it, right? So maybe I can pick this one and then I can insert it at the header of the form. All right. And it's going to come out here at the top. Yes, the attendance is a Google form too. Yep. So you look at it, I just inserted that image at the top and it changed the color of the form itself. So you see, you can change the color of the form. You can see the color is now green. I can change it to what's this? I don't know, is that pink or cyan? I don't know what that is. You see, I can change it. It has changed the color. I can change it to green. So whatever, you can always change the color. All those ones are simple things you can always do for your Google Forms. Yeah, but the major thing is not the form. The major thing is not how to create the form or where to start from. The major thing is the questions that you want to ask, the dimension you want to ask the questions, the trick in how you go about the questions, right? Those are the major things. So that's the attendance link posted again. So that's the major thing for you. We have our form already. Now, someone has already filled out. So this is where you see your responses. You see there's questions. You are the only one that can see the responses. Nobody else can see the responses. Only you who created the form can see the responses, except you have some other person that also has access to the form like yours. Yes, you can try it with your mobile phones. I said if you have a mobile phone, go to google.com. Just open your Chrome browser, type google.com. When you type google.com, you're going to see that 9 boxes, and then you can access Google Form from there. So yes, you can do it with your mobile phone. Now, someone has already filled it out. The person's email is tuludolo@gmail.com. One gender is a female. You can see the colors. So if a male fills it now, you will see male blue and you will see female red. Prefer not to say it's going to be yellow. So you just see the responses of your form and you can see what she filled. She prefers fresh foodstuffs and smoked foodstuffs. And how often does she purchase her foodstuff? Monthly. Scale of 1 to 5, how does she prefer packaged food? She says 5. And any packaged food she prefer not to consume, she says maybe, so she's not sure. If yes, which is it and why? She said bad packaging, right? So it's just like having options that I will use to know what I need, right? And then you can see the various options that she gave. So for any response, you can always see it and help. Are there, okay, someone is asking, are there organizations that can help with sharing stroke distributing the form to reach the required audience? Are there organizations? Not really. I think that is mainly dependent on you. That's mainly dependent on you and how you push it out. Except you want to give a marketing organization, that means they'll be the ones to create it by themselves for you, or you can just supervise them. But I mean, it's not a big deal to actually distribute your form. And at the end of the day, you might want to mute responses. You don't want to accept any response again. Because sometimes if you get too much responses that you can no longer contain, some other person has filled the form and the person is a male, you can see the color has changed. Okay, is that a male or a female? I don't even know. It's still a female rather, sorry. But you can see the age range has changed. The other person was 30 to 39. This person is 20 to 29, right? Yeah. So you just see it. So let's say, for instance, you've gotten a lot of response. Now I've gotten 2, maybe I've gotten up to 100 or 100 responses. I don't want any more. I'll just simply come here and I'll turn off responses. And the form will no longer accept responses. I'm sure you've seen some forms where when you want to fill out, they will say this form is no longer accepting responses. So I'll just turn it off and nobody will be able to respond to my form again. And you can also view the form in Google Sheets. So you can click on link to sheet and then you can see the form on sheet. I've turned on the responses back. 3 persons have already filled in the form. So I have 3 responses from 3 different locations: Ota, Ughelli Delta, and Lagos. And you can see different age range. All right. All right. Are there any other questions? See the person's contact information, right? So you have all of these details and you can use them to your own, you can use them to your own advantage as a business person. Any other question on this? Okay, I'm guessing there's no other question. Thank you guys for the attention. I do hope you enjoyed the time together. Some can expire quickly. Tin tomato, some can expire quickly. See someone's response. So you see, of course, your questions have to be very much explanatory so that you get the right answers that you want. The attendance link is not opening on your phone. Chetachi, I think it's the network. Try it again later. It will open. I think it's the network on your end. Is there anyone who has had issues with filling the attendance? I don't think there's any other person. I think it's the network. So just try it again. You do. I think the network is a bit bad. All you just have to do is find a way to fill the form again. I'm going to drop the attendance link again for those who are asking, and then you should fill it out. Yeah. All right. Thank you guys for your attention and attendance. Sorry I ate into your network, your time a little. I ate into your time a lot, not even a little. Apologies. We needed to cover that on time. But thank you so much for your patience and your time. I'll meet you guys again tomorrow. I think, yeah, tomorrow, and then we'll wrap it up for the day. I hope you enjoyed the session and I hope you had some value, even if it's just the slightest bit of it from the session today. We'll continue again tomorrow and we'll keep in touch as time goes by. If you have any questions, you can write them down, and then tomorrow you will have opportunity to ask your questions and then we can tackle it in class together. Thank you and
enjoy the rest of your day, and have a very beautiful weekend. Today is Friday. You can go to a party, a night. If you have to go to nightclub, you can go to a club. You can go to VG, whatever you do for fun on Friday. Just keep yourself happy. Anything that you do, that's what I said. Though, if you go to church, you can go for VG. If you want to sleep, you can sleep. So nobody will quote me wrong. All right. Enjoy yourself, guys. Bye.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. God bless you, sir. Thank you. We really appreciate you, and we enjoy the class.
Thank you so
All right.
much, sir. God bless you.
All right, God bless you too. Yes, you can go to Hallelujah Challenge.
Yes, sir.
Today.
Okay.
Anywhere you like.
All right. We just.
Thank you to the.
Hey, my battery have gone. This class is took time.
Wow, wow, wow.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you. Thank you for the compliment. And at least one person complimented me. The bad thing. All right. Go.